the year alone, you could have get to a buckle of drinks for yourself, you know. Yeah. And you pull it a morning, because you can't pull it tonight, you know. Because them boy, the bigger boy, them not pull for them till tomorrow. So you can't pull for you tonight. Me, the boss, bless up yourself. You pull for you tonight, it got done, and then them boy you drink for them tomorrow, them not give none of them, you know, you cry. Yeah, man. Look around the yard, them time, the yard busy. Yard busy from now, because all the baking and the cooking, everything start from tonight. Everything start from now. They so now all of the young girl them. You see the young girl them want to say tonight I just up got a party. Now man, I may tell you say Katie, at one time a year you get one buckle for yourself, you know, at Christmas, you know. Yeah man, at Christmas alone you get one buckle for yourself, man. So you have to sip it. When you open that buckle of drinks from Christmas morning, it'll serve you until dinner time. You have some left for later. It's the only time of year you get one buckle of soda for yourself. But you see, the difference between then and now is that all of the little young girl them, the teenager them, the 16, 17, 18-year-old them, where you say tonight, I just up go road or sit down on social media or do whatever. Them used to be in the kitchen right now with their mother and them auntie. I learned them way around the stove. Yeah, man. That's where them used to be in the kitchen right now with their auntie and their mother. I either a grate or some coconut, a grate or some cassava. I do something in the kitchen right now to contribute to tomorrow dinner. Yeah, man, because the preparation. You remember the chicken? The chicken where we catch about 3 days ago and tie up and I feed him the gas, he might get killed tomorrow morning. Yeah, man. I saw the prep. Yes, the Christmas are the best, man. I saw the country Christmas used to go and you catch a fowl. You see the fowl we are going to kill for Christmas dinner, or the goat. You catch him long time and you feed him gas and clean him out and you tie him up. Him can't run around the yard again because him a Christmas dinner. You tie up that in a yard and you keep him. Tomorrow morning, him head a cut off. If it's a cow or a goat, him probably a dead from today. But if it's the chicken are killed tomorrow morning. So straight from the pluck to the pot. No fridge. Yeah, man. But the goat and remember this, you know, whenever there was no gas stove, you know. So the fire make up in a yard from today. And the fire they probably burn right until the end of Boxing Day. Merry Christmas, Amara. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, man, the same fire that we make up from today, probably I run till all Boxing Day. Because I non-stop cooking. As me say, if it's a goat a kill, it a dead from today. If it's a cow, probably dead from yesterday. Yeah, man. And that start the preparation of the Christmas cooking. You used to have one little fire now where when you take out the... Them man, but remember back them time, the Jennifer will never know nothing about put none on ice, man. You used to have the creng and the Mullins, bless up. No for them, listen to me. Anybody in the chat right now, anybody in the chat who can tell me the device in the kitchen where meat used to store pan before fridge, get $500 worth of digital credit. Digital airline, any phone you have. Clean green, heal up yourself. So you mean, man, Katie, at the only day you could have eat like a pig and nobody no cuss you know. Anybody can tell me the name of the little thing in the kitchen where you used to hang up the meat pan. And that meat they would have last for weeks and it not spoiled. Anybody can tell me the name of it. Get $500 credit right now. Tell me the name of it. Tell me the name of it. Creng. There you go, Wiley. Wiley, me say get it first. Wiley said it, creng. That is it, Wiley. Wiley, I'm not sure about the spelling, but me do that. The Kreng Wiley. That is you go Wiley. You're the first one to answer. Nobody before Wiley. Wiley we say. Yeah, all right, Clean Green. But Wiley come before you. Wiley, inbox me your number, Wiley. Me arrange your credit for you. There you go. The Kreng. You hang up your meat for your Kreng that last night in your kitchen for weeks. And it now spoiled. Yeah, man. I them think that, all right, yo, the Clean Green. Come, send me a request up in the box, Clean Green. We're not going to talk about no politics. We're going to talk about the old time Jamaican Christmas. Remember the Christmas tradition there, but we used to grow up with. Just come up and make we talk about Jamaican Christmas. Petal.
Merry Christmas, my brother. Merry Christmas to the rest of you, man. Everybody.
Come up, Andy. Make we discuss your Jamaican Christmas. Yeah, man. Christmas was a special time of year for Jamaicans.
But when we remember Christmas and my family, you know, so if you say my people is so overdo it today, it's scary. It is so goddamn scary. Because if we try to do that now, to not in a half a year budget, remember we tell you, everything in the world we can't think about, we can cook the people and cook it, brother.
Yes, man. As me say, Clean Green, it was the only time you were allowed to eat like a pig and nobody wouldn't call you.
Yeah, man. Because
only time you allowed to eat what, Chuck?
Eat like a pig. Not eat a pig, you know, eat like one.
Okay. You know, when eat a cow. Don't use.
Chuck, you see the difference with me and now and then is that I don't eat meat no, I just eat fish.
Fish, okay.
But did I talk to some brethren? I mean, I said to them, me remember when my stepmother and my father and they used to have this real family tradition thing where it's going every Christmas, not the Christmas day, but the Christmas Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you, you know, we have ham, we have roast pork, we have roast beef, we have curry pork. Well, I know. Listen to me. So then you have gungo, rice and gungo.
Rice and gungo.
But you have plain rice to go with the curry goat. You have one whole big old sitting at a coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni and cheese. Not to mention cake, cereal, liquor. Food can't done.
Yes, man.
And suppose we were to do that again from maybe say maximum 10, 12 people will come eat. I want to hold it for money now, never do I don't compare to
no Clean Green. I never say never expensive then time there, you know, but
yeah, true.
Majority of the thing, you know, you never have to buy, you know.
Well, that again too.
Yes.
Father really had the whole year.
Because when it comes down to that time here, anybody their town and their country,
yeah,
you know, a town barrel used to come from. Let me remind people who never know, barrel used to left from Kingston. So when you're a country and you have a town with no barrel that come from, and where the barrel start come from foreign, you know.
Not too bad.
Let me remind the young people.
Also, Chuck.
Yeah?
Also.
And where the barrel start come, a town barrel used to come from. Anybody that town at work used to pack them barrel every month and send that country.
That's true, man.
Oh, okay.
So where the barrel start come from foreign.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay, so who want to hear about my Christmas now?
Well,
I make Clean Green to finish.
Talk about the amount of food, you know. The amount of food that can done.
All right, so for me, my grandmother basically was the type of person who cook one big liver pot every day and feed all of who in the community who couldn't afford food. You could have come and rest assured you'll get dinner from her. But anyways, two different side of family now. My mother's side and my father's side. But I grew up a country with my father's side, right? My grandmother was Seventh-day Adventist. So, you know, we don't really celebrate the birth. We celebrate the resurrection, right? However, when it come on to my grandmother, she knows the children will go astray. So, we not load it up. She not load it up, but she allowed us to be kids, which I very much appreciated because I appreciate to this day. In terms of Christmas, so we never decorate outside. We had a veranda and we had a hall, which is living room, technically living room and dining in one, right?
Yes, but what I'm tell me, hey, because I tell the young people when you hall, you know, because they don't do it, you know.
Eh.
Oh, that's a hall.
So the hall ready there. So you know what happened now? You see the partition wall we then claim, so then see if then you just put up the partition wall there. We'll separate with living from with dining, right?
I would say they do it. Yes.
Eh. So the hall now we used to have one wall, but the wall not facing the road, the wall facing the back of our yard. So when we grandmother allow us to do it, we're allowed to decorate that wall with pepper light, and we could have put up with balloon, and we could have put up with streamers in there. So nobody who come our yard can really say she celebrate Christmas, because you'd have to go to your way to go find that the wall there where she allow her grandchildren them to have. You understand? We plant with sorrel, our country. We plant with sorrel, we plant with gungo, we raise chicken, we raise goat. So she used to sell goat at Christmas time, Christmas at chicken at Christmas time. And all of that. We have chocolate. She was a chocolate farmer. So we have chocolate and everything. I mean, tell you say, breadfruit, everything. My Christmas, we draw with sorrel, we pick with gungo, we roast with breadfruit. That for Christmas breakfast morning, almost every single thing except pork or pork products, I got there for breakfast.
What about?
Right. And when it come on to the dinner, she's not saying she's having a Christmas dinner. She's just having a dinner. And again, almost everything with on that table come from our farm except the rice, because we not grow rice. But the Jerusalem peas, she cook Jerusalem rice and peas. She cook gungo rice and peas. She cook plain rice. We have all of the vegetables and we, oh gosh, man, best Christmas ever.
After that, that's why I said to clean greens. So the difference then is that most of the things them would not cook. I never have to buy it.
Right.
The chicken never have to buy it. Most of the time you have to buy the meat either because master on the road kill one hog. It have 3 different yards.
When the butcher, we butcher the name is Sata. So listen, him having people who sell the we call it, you know, certain parts of the meat, right?
Yes.
So you have the person,
Yes.
whoever go cook money short in the community, anybody would then know the goat and a live goat for Christmas. Then send come in advance, come ask you for the goat belly. Some
Yes.
people send come ask for the tribe. So
Some
different.
people want the head.
Yeah.
And Petal, tell them say, I know sell it as sell.
No barter, because guess what?
Alright.
When you send one your goat tribe go give a person there, chances are they are gonna send something come give you.
Them are going to send something.
Right, where you not grow.
Petal, that's why I
Barter.
say barrel.
The
Barrel used to come from town.
barter system. The barter
Yes, man.
system.
Barrel come from town. When something come in a barrel from town, they share for the whole community. No matter what.
My auntie did go town, cause she got teachers college, so she got town and she got teach. And she did the home economics as well separately, cause my grandmother believes that every child must learn even if you have your regular education, your tertiary education, you must have a skill or a trade. So all our kids them can do something outside of them profession. So she have teacher where cabinet maker. She have teacher where can do dressmaking and home economics. So she mix it up, diverse. So my auntie now used to send over the cake them. We had one designated person who go market. So she find her way to that person and send over the cake them for all of the people them who she wants send it for in a little area for Christmas as well.
Yeah, man. No more. I saw Christmas used to go back then. And the
We
money.
never kill up yourself, and not to mention Chuck, not to mention the creator drinks them what we used to get where you get to pick and choose which drinks you want. You, you get your money, so you can go grand market.
Grand market.
So and then time my grandmother used to get her chocolate bonus. And when she get her chocolate bonus, you see when you work the whole year and she get her sizable chocolate bonus, she gonna say, say Chuck, me not forget when time Chuck carry around the how much he bag of chocolate them, and when he carry and Chuck, say you get your little something extra. Yeah. Oh God, man, Christmas we never go crazy about no gifts.
The backlash soda was something we look, because as Mr. saying, the only time you get one. Only time you get as a little pin, the only time you get one soda for yourself, you know. Yeah, that's a fear.
Yeah.
Collins, so you're one go.
Mother, I respect Uncle Chuck. You know what I say? My Christmas brother, cause you don't know, me a grandpicking, so me used to live in my grandpeople house, you know. But as you say, Christmas Day, brother, it's like a different day, yeah, man. It's just like a different day, brother. It wasn't the normal day like how we used to live through the year. That Christmas comes, it's a different day, brother. I don't know.
Yeah, man, different day, man. As me say,
That's total different day, brother, altogether. That day, they like a day just, I don't know, brother, like that day just come overnight, brother. That day, I don't know, day, normal day, brother, because, I tell you something, Chuck. My grandfather, you know, that man, we used to raise a lot of cow and he do a lot of farming.
yeah.
And as you talk about, that man, him prepare, if my kill one goat, you know, him prepare for him goat for about a month ago, you know.
Yes, man.
Anything more kill, anyone animal more kill. Him prepare him about a month ago. And I just say, see, come on, the rooster, they come on for like, I don't know white fall, no, brother, no chicken business.
No, man, I know white fall, you mad. White fall, I told alone white fall today.
Okay. And them big rooster, they brother, them rooster they prepare for about 3-4 weeks back, you know.
Yeah, man, you catch them. You catch them, you tie them up and you feed them gas.
Yeah, man. And it's like today now, them rooster there with their life, with that stuff out like today cars. You don't know, the rooster have a season and prepare for tomorrow, you know.
All right.
And as I said, for you, I don't know fridge business, what depends on fridge and
No pan of fridge.
So, brother, I know that this man me talk about it, Chuck. I mean, that me if you interrupt live. And me I say them youth nowadays, Chuck.
Yeah.
Them youth need if you go back, go watch some of them video they found them time, you know. And find out what it means to be loved and what love mean to community, you know.
Very true. Very, very true, man. Very true, man. I say it was them time, them man. I say it was a different kind of life. Different kind.
Yeah, man, manners, for real.
Right. Bless up yourself. Trigger.
So there were me can't talk now, but one of the worst thing ever happened to me. Oh shit. I'm on. Okay. I'm sorry. Why the worst thing ever happened to me one Christmas morning, me and walk in the street go pick up something. Anyhow, this man see me ask me if my grandmother has sorry. Me tell him yes, the man and I sorry to feel in a man. The man cut one rat with bungle sorry give me Christmas morning. Say yes man, there are some more to be there. Worst thing ever happened to me because sorry don't know one of the most pleasant things we became.
Carried on.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so Christmas then on no boy, may I tell you. It was a community event wherein every each one and the bartering system was up and running. And you know, you have some year where cater to the whole community to the yard, I did one of that. But you had everything there.
Yeah, man.
We not talk about the
ring. Yeah, you know. Well, like this man in fancy soccer, as me say, one fire make up in there.
Right back till New Year's.
Right back till
New Year's.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Right
that mean what?
New Year.
They
are work, so we can go as long as I want to. So.
All right. Let's have this trigger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But that was our Christmas back then. That's how Christmas used to run. Christmas. I don't want to say was because I still believe it was a special time for Jamaicans. It's just that I don't want to say some of the celebration watered down. But the celebration right now is more commercial than personal.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, man, go through.
Yeah, me just know I said though, as a child though, you know, me the kind of had a fear of Christmas, you know. And it sounds funny, and I think everybody's story is unique. Here the problem happened to me now. My family, we never have no sister. Me not no sister. Like how me not get no dad, me not get no son, me get pure daughter, me never have no sister. I never have a sister. So me being the eldest one now, I mean get the bulk of the work.
of course.
Yeah, so and on top of that now, my father was a man in the early days was running bar and grocery, which was to live right behind there, and him a keep dance. So Christmas itself now was a hard working time for me because my mother, my stepmother, every concrete if you wash, every window if you clean, every unusual thing if you do in a year, we never do all the while. Me get caught in that and doing the ball kite as a youth.
Yeah, but
Then no,
Green,
that
was a transition. That was preparing you to transition to be the man of the house or the man of the
but when I'm gonna say me still I tell you all my things still profound because that was what I come from my stepmother. But then my father know I run in business and he want the help for the holiday because he want to keep dance. I try to keep dance now. So for me, Christmas was a lot of work, me personally. And then it so happened now that to me take up music as my profession now. Christmas for me is never, me not have nothing planned for like tomorrow, you know. Me just a go to work. Christmas is just work for me. But guess what? The good thing about it that one, it helped me that was my foundation of my career right now because that's when me get the exposure to the all type of music. I hear in my bed, I hear, in a bathroom, I hear, me out of the dance hall, I hear it. And then also, that is what bring me through life, carry children through school, music. You understand? But it was always work for me. So me have another joy now when I say, boy, I'm able to help people have pleasure. Like for instance, me know say me entertain you and you feel good and you're gone and you're whatever you're gonna do, you're all right. Me a part of it on that side there. So Christmas wasn't so much an enjoyment for me, apart from the Christmas dinner now.
Oh.
That was my prize. No, me look forward to that because boy, me work hard. You see me I say?
Right.
So and a lot of people now gonna see it from my perspective. From my perspective, until today, I don't put the glory where a lot of people put on Christmas, like where that some will put because me look at it from a different perspective. But me understand and I accept what other people look at it and how them celebrate it. But for me, it was always work.
It was
Work to that Christmas Eve.
the
I got work.
bigger one.
Yeah.
The bigger one.
And not only that, well, yeah, but then the fact also of what my surroundings were. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The whole, that's my upbringing, and that is just unique to what me I say. You understand? But so through that now, even when it's when we have our own family now, we make sure them all right. It's when it's me alone, like how I'm me alone now. You know me nothing. You understand? So that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I want to say, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's how it go, man. It does.
Shalom.
The experience that we have at them bill way. The experience that we have at them bill way. At them. So
Of course.
At the time, it may have been what you call an unpleasant experience, but I am sure today
Yeah.
you look at it as a blessing.
And it was still the formative years. You understand? It was the formative years. You hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear
Yeah, you know. And you know, man, they see me chip out, you know, me there, I press out a shirt and also drop because I hit the road and all.
All right, cool.
Then.
Big up to the man name.
Big up yourself.
Big up. Yeah, I just want to say one thing, my family. All I want to know is a disgraceful set of dog shit. Every single person who deal with politics is a disgraceful set of dog shit. And uno make the world fuck up. Uno. Uno, cause uno dunce. Uno follow government too much till uno turn dunce out. And then uno, no matter how uno smart, uno dunce.
Me not take him down. Me
No
not
matter
take
how
him
smart you
down.
is, uno dunce. No matter how smart uno is, uno
Let me
dunce. No matter how smart uno is, uno dunce. Uno fuck up the bumbuckler country. People like uno, but keep on go to master. Master, can I get a little handout, please? Master.
The only master that they about the place so everybody where the people them are go
Well,
after.
you know, Mass Israel, first of all, nobody in the day start talk about politics. So you see, the problem with you now is that you are so fucking dumb that you enter a conversation now we are talking about Jamaica.
Uno a house slave. Uno a house slave. The whole of uno a house slave. That's what uno is, house slave. Born back. Uno born back in a regeneration as bumbuckler house slave the same way. None of uno no change. Whether it be PNP or Labour right to uno set a dark shit.
Get your 1 minute and listen. Hold on the DME. Hold on the
Whether it be PNP or Labour right to uno a dark shit. You
Hold
understand?
on. Check on the junk of my life, man. Hold on.
No, make it
Your big pussy mama chancro batty boy.
Me not take him down, man. Me want him straight.
Yeah, but stay.
Now the father come back to come rip off on the head. Remember that, yeah? God come back.
that a who?
Hold
Father.
on, you know. Let me say something to him now.
God pussy. I God of the father pussy. Know that.
I got tell if you can't call me pussy. You mean God send you some?
You know one pussy you come out a batty boy. Now one pussy you come out
God send if you can't call me batty
pussy a derogative word, but
God, me say God send if you can't call me batty boy.
I guess it.
like you're deaf, like your bumbuckler deaf, me say.
Hold on, make the man don't make a fool. Why him run down? Who take him down?
Where gone?
No.
Take him down for me.
You should take him down.
Who take him
There's
down?
a reason why.
Put him back, man. Put him back up.
No, there's a reason why me come up and because me want to ask him just few questions before he get to it.
You know what? Give no few question. But
No.
the man come.
No,
Listen to
man.
me. Listen
No,
to me.
there's
Listen
a
to
reason
me.
why. There's a reason why me not beg a minute still, Chuck.
Eh.
Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason why me not beg a minute, and but him gone already. So
Me never plan to have him a minute. Listen now, we were here having a conversation about, I say not talk no politics today. But you see, some people, the darkness were in their soul. You know,
Yeah,
some
right.
people, it's just, the level of darkness was surrounding him. Because this man is
Problem,
having,
man. Problem him full up.
he's an ass. He don't have
Then
much
come back
use
and
to
chop.
himself.
Him full up a problem, man.
Chuck, then come back.
I am having a discussion about my Jamaican Christmas, and we are discussing with Jamaican. I have not mentioned
So
the
question
word
me not for a bumbuckler darkness when uno a fuck up your country with no fuckery, eh? What me
Why this fella?
want me to be happy? I want me to be bumbuckler happy with uno, eh?
Um,
Tell your bumbuckler moderator to stop.
let me try a second.
Pussy wall and me a mute your pussy. You can't come up your blood clot mouth for me, Mr.
Just man up your pussy, you know. Where you gonna back to you? Where you gonna do pussy? Where you
As a matter of fact, I go suck out your thinking mama come off of my platform. Go ahead.
gonna suck your mother and
I
labor?
go suck out your thinking mama pussy wall and come off of my platform.
What you can't make it out of my life, man?
Go suck out your thinking mama.
What you can't go back, man?
And go suck out your thinking father. And your auntie. And your uncle.
And girl, I feel see, man.
Your family.
They're full of problem.
Chuck,
And them problem they want to over here, man.
Chuck. Let me.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Mr. Man. Anybody you are.
Chuck.
You see, when I the speaker.
Like them and come over here, so.
Chuck.
Well, you say you want me, Mr. Muffy,
Chuck.
let me tell you this.
Chuck.
Well, the sheik, I mean, don't
Chuck. No.
Yes.
No. You argue with a screen. Stop. This is why I came and I took him down. Chuck, this is not you. Here where you gone. Chuck, better than that, man. Don't.
You're right.
Please.
Chuck.
Stop it.
Chuck.
Stop it.
I can say something now.
Stop it. Give me hold on, please. Chuck, none of this no worthy. Chuck, you're trying to have a conversation with him and he keep on unmute and I tell you this and I tell you that. It no makes sense. That is why I took him down in the first place. Yes, him a saying dark and he angry and we have mash up the country. But if we want to have a conversation, let us have a conversation. This is not going anywhere.
My more
Stop
some black.
it. Don't do it. Me not like it. Me not like this.
You're right.
All right. Let me say this straight up. He's not PNP or JLP, but he is mentally he's mentally you know call it depressed.
He's mentally deranged. Oh, you know what that means?
All right, so I'll tell you why. He's possessed. He's possessed with demons and high level demons because he claims in himself that he knows the scripture more than anybody else, and he's studying some kind of books that is mentally messing up his brain, and that's why because he used to hold good discussion, But I realized over time he start, and that's why I wanted to stop your truck. I never want you to go down the road because me know him. You understand? Because a lot of people get him off of them program, so him start him own program. And because he not get no traction now, he start up on everybody program and try to mess it up. I never want you to go down the road there. And that's why I not stop you from before, because me know him. So you'd call it say spiritually him lost. You understand? Him spiritually lost. Him don't know whether he is a Christian, Rastaman, or whatever. You understand? And that's why I want to try to see if I could have grabbed him back to which part him been there. For just 2 seconds. You understand? Because I know him. But but once you see him name come up, mash, whatever, you just don't accept him because he mentally mess up. And spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually mess up. You understand? And that is the only thing you go get out of him. You know, some people where they must study Hebrew, Maccabee, Bible, every kind of thing, Marcus Garvey, Selassie, and them just turn idiot after a while.
And some bad reaction take him, them people do so evil, wicked things in a length time, so it affect him now.
Yeah, man. So that's why I don't want you go down the road, Chuck. That's why I'm not.
This live is not the place for him. It is not the place for him. I cannot believe that Chuck here. I met this man dry him out. This is why I took him down at first, Chuck, because he might bring you out a character for absolutely no reason at all.
You remember?
I don't like this.
Chuck, I don't know if you know.
Like this, not at all.
Chuck, I don't know if you know the platform called Black Screen. Him used to dip on Black Screen every single day until him start disrespect everybody with company, call them dons, them are idiot, and that's where and then them throw him off and start up on other lives and all of them something there and until eventually him just start loose because it's like he can't find himself no more, he lost himself. So you really are dealing with a literal madman. Me I tell you. That's why I never want you to go down on this one. And that's why I tap you a long time. Because you me know him. We can move on.
Yeah, man, Chuck, you entertain that whoever he is or whatever he is, you entertain him too long. And it's good. And thank you, Lashika, yeah, man, because you see that, and folks, may I talk to the man then. You see, that is why it is good to have a good woman in your life, because a woman alone can calm you down, Thank you, Lashika.
But probably Chuck in a try to get something out of him still, but he might go on too much. You understand?
Yeah, man.
You know, see a Rolling Stone get a no mass that. Where you go get out? What are you going to get out of that, man? You know, see a empty barrel that I make pure nice.
Yeah,
Don't upset me in my Christmas Eve, yeah. You hear?
The people of them, we don't need to give me moderator privilege right now. I go over Talk Live this morning, And I tell him, say, "Listen, give me moderator privilege because they say, listen, one will come there back in the last 2 seconds.
And
2
this is why
seconds.
me throw him out, HR. This is why me throw him out. This is why me
Don't
throw
worry,
him
HR.
out.
HR, I'm gonna make you a moderator right now.
This is why me throw
What
him
moderator
out.
over Talk Live? Me think you're a moderator.
Ooh, where's the pedal?
I thought he gave you a moderator
Yeah, man,
yesterday.
he gave it to me this morning.
Okay, come in on that try.
Well,
Okay.
not this morning. Yes, last night.
Last night, yeah, man. Yeah, because we did tell him and him say, all right, I'm going to give HR moderator.
But
Okay.
just remember the name, Chuck. Just remember the name. And you know, in
What was your name, D-Me?
mash something another. Mash
Israel.
Israel. Yeah, once you see that, you know it's a problem. So just remember the name there. Mash Israel. Or you know, block him for now. Better yet, block him for now. Because you're not going to get better than that out of him. Until he find back in here.
I think I block him.
Yeah, man. Until he find back in here.
Let me just the gentle people. Too much rum in the sorry like idiot, don't mix. Yeah. When the sorry too strong and don't mix with idiot. Again.
What in the room?
Chuck Finley.
Again. Let me.
Chuck Finley.
Hold on, Sheikah. Let me again offer my apologies.
Okay, that's what I was going to tell you that you need to know.
Let me again offer my apologies. And the too much rum comment is not an excuse. We know better. Right? I definitely know better. Right? They come make one idiot. Jam me out for Christmas Eve.
And Chuck,
Exactly.
remember, you have your wolf them around you, you don't have to bark, you know. You have your wolf them around, you can woo, so, you don't have to go down there. You have people who we take on them for you. We don't want you go down that road there. Me don't want you go down that road there. You have your wolf them around you, so. All right, sir?
All right, sir. But again, let me extend. Let me extend the apology. Guru, yeah, moderator now, yeah. Yeah, moderator. But
Yeah, man, I saw it.
let me Chica, tell me about your Jamaican Christmas. Let me go back to where we did there.
1 second there, Chuck. Paul Stewart, if he can come up. I don't know if you take him up, then we go into the box, give him a little space, and then come back.
Do that.
Paul Stewart. I don't know who is Paul Stewart.
You can bring up Paul Stewart, man.
All right, so I'm gonna come out. I know
Take me down, touch. Take me down. You can give him that spot. Give him that
okay,
spot.
all right. Since we got come down,
You know, so me not finish work yet, right? But
You
know,
can
me have to.
give me 2 minutes and tell me about your
gather,
Jamaican Christmas.
So me Jamaican Christmas well festive. You know
No, yeah, but no, you about your Christmas. You grew up rich.
Oh, yeah. We have a good time. We have a good time, but let me tell you something. I always tell people say when people see me in heels and makeup and them something, that's something we grew up in a church. So I remember one year my mother sent me with with the helper, say me I go get Christmas stuff downtown or whatever. And me I tell her say Chuck me go buy one aisle straw boot, Could I walk in the boot Christmas Eve downtown? God, the boot heel went too high. They tell me about 11, 12. But it was a regular thing for me to go and do my Christmas shopping and me go do me outing and whatever. So
And then time when you buy the boot, if it's a bun you and that, you have to wear it. Don't play wastage then time, you can't waste nothing. Oh, that boot a bun you and that.
Yeah.
What's up yourself, Bertie? Paul Stewart, yes.
Blessings all labor right. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it come. The New Year's gonna bring a lot of more prosperity and more work and more winnings. But more on touch for me just step on it. On a family that with the brother them call Caution, I suppose, right?
Yeah, we hear his name, but
and one next to them call you.
Me know the name then.
Hey, the man, them lie, them lie more than the Deep Blues, more than the movie out of watching and making.
That's what them get paid to do, Paul.
Them lied. But what may I say? What may I say? No, all right, cool. So you like your party, cause all of we like a party. Them like for them party, we like our party. See? But me figure say minimally you don't have some more to come a decent if you stay close to the facts rather than twist things for your own convenient. And I mean I say to what end? And then you want people to take you serious? People not gonna take you serious, man.
Facts is not on their side. Facts is not on their side.
No, because when them fail to understand that fact that all of them entitled to our own opinion, but we don't entitled to our own facts.
Exactly.
Fact is fact. If the sun has shine, the sun has shine. It's not my opinion the sun has shine in our years, but the sun has shine. The man, all right, so move over the earlier. And the man them say a number of things them say, but never remember, but them say so much thing that the one name you. The one say attack the loan the government take out to start the Sparks program. And when we start, we can get a chance to say a word or two, the man put my life on mute to write it go.
No, all right. You see that now, they're not going to give anybody a chance to speak. Right? They don't like their positions to be challenged.
No.
That's why them stay in them safe zone. Right? But let me make this clear to everybody listening.
Yeah.
The Sparks program, the REACH program, with a total combined spending of $47 billion, is being funded by your tax dollars. Not
that me know.
Anywhere.
That me know.
Tax dollars.
That me know.
You see, the idea of spending the tax dollars is something well lost to the PNP and them supporters.
Yeah.
Right? What them know about is loan.
Yeah. Loan and tax.
Loan and tax. So your tax dollars working for you is something that is far reaching to them. Them lose that concept.
Yeah.
The concept of somebody running a government without going to borrow every day. Every day you hear one new loan announced, or every time you hear one new tax package announced, is lost for them.
Yeah, true. But you know where that type of misrepresentation and misinformation though, is that it keep them under a stone. And when them really come out and the truth face them, them find themselves in a tailspin.
No, them not going in no tailspin, When it get to a point where them can no longer defend it, them just simply pivot to a new life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Then just simply pivot to a new. All right. If we go down the list of all the propagandas that them have for the year start.
Yeah.
Every single one. But one they done with, then pivot to a new one, then pivot to a. Cause that's all them do.
Yeah.
The other night I had a guy. We were on Tug Life platform, and a guy was there. Wanted to have a discussion about Jamaica, but he only want to discuss the last 8 years.
That's them argument. That is exactly them argument.
They only want to talk about the last 8 years.
Beg you 30 seconds.
We can have a year in review.
30 second advertisement.
They're pushing it in the chat. They say 9 years. They might call it 9 years for a long time now.
9 years.
30 second advertisement. We have
20 plus 4 no yet.
Chuck, 30 second advertisement. We have 83 persons on the live, and we are only at 5.5K. We need to bring that up. We need to bring that over 10,000 or more.
All right, 10,000 emails. Wrap it up.
All right, that was a public service announcement from Dini.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the man. Then pivot to a next one.
Yeah.
And as me say, they don't like to enter discussion where we discuss anything over the last 8 years because it not suit them.
No, yeah, certainly not the type of agenda that I try to push.
Not the type of agenda. Yeah. Right? But one of the things that I learned and I say, I try to teach people over the last couple of years is over the last couple of days, and we not go stop mentioning is the fact that the People's National Party, what up? Just mute your mic when you attack the screen, please. And me just the thing the papi in a while ago, and I got Vegas me general. Me know you listen.
Oh, Vegas. I'm want to talk to Vegas too.
Well, I don't give Vegas. Vegas, I give do me a favor, please. Vegas, when you go find yourself on social media, I argue with people like Caution.
Yeah.
You lower your standard, my general. Please.
In a sense. I think
please.
I think just stay long. Not stay so long.
No, you don't need to argue with them for not even a second.
True, man.
Vegas. Anytime you do that, Mr. Vegas, you lower your standard. Right? You have to argue with people where can actually hold a proper conversation.
Yeah.
People who can contribute something to the reasoning. Somebody who can teach you to think of something in a way you never think of it before. That are no Cash. That are no Hugh Richard. That are no Hugh Blair.
Yeah.
Right? So, me understand the message, but nobody know where you stand at. You can't leave them. Me we take a chance go argue with them. But
you're back Brad.
Go argue with them, sir. Nobody make them pull you down in them thing there.
You see, thing is, Chuck.
Yeah.
Them name the way I call, right? The thing with them, I realize, is that, right? Them not really, how would I put it? Them only want, them form conclusion from what them believe, not what them know. Right?
Right, yeah.
Them draw a conclusion.
That's a useful point.
Right? And you see, you have two set of people, You have people where believe what them see, and you have people where only see what them believe.
Yeah.
Them only see things where them believe in them head.
Yeah.
So all the 20,000 reverse tax credit, right? A corruption. Everything based on corruption.
In fact, them say it's a loan them borrow to get apply. They say Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because them a draw conclusion off of where them believe. Them arrive, at a findings before even launching an investigation.
I was about to say it, foresight. What they do, they come up with a conclusion.
Yes.
And then go back to it from there.
Long time.
We're not talking to you.
Come up with the
The
conclusion.
license of the people,
Mute your mic, Paul Stewart.
especially when you talk about Caution, him tell himself a lot of things. Based on fact. Then him try justify what him already think.
Yeah.
It's not a sensible approach where you analyze the thing, then you come up with the findings after what you analyze. No, him not start with that. Him not start by analyzing. Him start with a conclusion where him already draw. People like that you can't reason with.
Yes, let's look. I pay them get paid. They should do that thing there.
But
It look away for 2 years. It look away for 2.
Chuck,
Yeah, Dini.
there is something I want you to level out to the people there. Because when people hear that the government is spending tax dollars, right? I'm sure a lot of people, me and most of who on the panel, I'm sure understand when we say tax dollars, right? So explain to them, how does the government use the tax dollars and how they earn these money out of taxes without borrowing any loan and not increasing the tax?
The tax. All right, sir. All right. The simplest explanation.
And the reason why I said that, Chuck, let me tell you the reason why I said that before you move on. You see, people keep talking about indirect tax. And I don't know if not names, so I'm going to ask you for just, spill
Why
it
the
out
tax?
and make them hear.
Go ahead, Chuck. I hear a question. Go ahead.
1 second. Omalu, I talk to everybody, But what me not talk to is liars and people who spread propaganda. If you are not, if people don't entertain you over here, you fall in one of those two groups. Either you're a liar or you're a propagandist. I talk to people who disagree with me every day. So if you are not entertained no more, it's because you fall in the group of you're either a liar or you're a propagandist. So make we know. But I just don't know the tax years in Jamaica, years, decades under the People's National Party. I said this all the while. I said the People's National Party ruled for 18 and a half consecutive years. They would have implemented new tax and increased taxes for 16 out of those 18 years. The problem with them is that they operate Jamaica like one household. You have your house, you and the husband and the picnic them did there. The husband alone at work. He might get $100,000 a month in salary. But in order to maintain the house, it costs him $200,000 every month. But his salary is only $100,000. So in order to meet all of the obligations, them, he must either go borrow from the bank, which is the loan with the country would take, or him take a salary advance or do some overtime at work, which is where we would have put the additional taxes under. So your salaries alone can't cover it. That is how Jamaica operate under the PNP for 20 years. And Nigel Clark told us that in the 18 years, public sector salaries and interest alone would have taken up every single dollar where them use in a tax. Every dollar was done. Once them do them two expenditure there, the money done. Right? So anything else you do, when them have to fix a road, buy a bus, buy a police station, can't do anything, them have to go either borrow or put additional tax on the Jamaican people. Over the 18 years, are them two methods that them use. Them tax you and them borrow. And that's how it is run. Fast forward now, you get one new man in charge of the house. And the man they decide, say, you see the 100,000 salary we are coming in the house, yeah? It we are going to live. We are going to live with, we are going to refinance. You hear me say, we are going to restructure our finances. We are going to take time and pay off the little loan that we have. We now go borrow no loan. And we are going to use the 100,000 and we are going to live. That new person was the Jamaica Labour Party.
Can I add some thoughts to
You can ask this man if you want.
man, simply put, right? You can collect more tax not only by making people pay more tax, but you can have more people paying tax.
People paying tax, yes.
So
that's also increase.
Right. So when you have more business places now, because you see the construction, and this is where people must start make the connection. More business mean more tax collection. More people working mean more tax collection. So the government would have been.
Sorry, I'd like to also squeeze in something too, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me just land.
The thought just come to me a while ago.
All right, go ahead.
I mean, all the while we play about the scenario of the family and the salary, and you find ways of earning or borrowing or society can cover your bills. But gentle people, listen to this though. If I increase taxes, which is now a recurring earning potential of the government coffers, we created new taxes. Therefore, at one point, our taxes were supposed to have covered our expenses. But going forward next year, we'll find ourselves in the same quandary. Therefore, I might deduce from all of that whilst we were borrowing and at least meeting the then short-term expenses, our policies were of such that next year we'll find ourselves in the same quantity. Because remember, tax now becomes an increase of earnings for the government. So although it cover it for year X, year X plus 1, you find yourself back in the same quantity, something else was still wrong. Because the income that is earned from tax is now a recurring income, in it. You understand what I'm saying? So it was not only that there were some things wrong with their policies and how they would use the money smartly on behalf of the country. Because next year we find ourselves in the same quandary, so we more tax again and then more tax again. So we not solve the problem, we only make the problem bigger.
What you thought is that are the same people, the same number of people, right? Used to be burdened with the tax.
Yes.
So
And the same class of people too, right?
Right. So as I said, that strategy was one of the same number of persons paying more tax in order for when they want to increase tax collection.
Yes.
Right? So the policy of the Jamaica Labour Party is to create more jobs, create more businesses, which create more jobs, and then you can collect tax from more people and collect, increase tax collection by way of doing so. PNP policy is not to grow the economy, right?
Yeah.
It is not to create more business. It's not to create more jobs. It's just to keep taxing, right? The few that are already employed.
But foresight, allow me just to a small point to strengthen your position where you have me. If you look at the policies of the PNP in the 70s, and you look at the policy of the PNP in the 90s and 2000, they both they are the one and the same, The idea behind it, is that because they are redistributing party structure, they are socialists in them claim that they are socialists. Right? The idea they are not built out to create massive employment, to create the effect what you talked about earlier on, They are more interested in keeping the situation exactly where it is. Once them have satisfy a certain type of demands and needs, then feel that alone will keep them in power. And if you look at the methodology them use, it has worked for 20 odd years. See, it's not about creating employment, They are not interested in that. All they're interested in is to maintain a policy in which it become popular amongst the people, especially the grassroots people, in terms of giving this and giving that and giving this and giving that. And then figure that will all sway with the people until it realize that it can't work in a new dispensation. It can't go too far.
Let me ask Omar a question there. Omar said both JLP and PNP operate finance capitalism. Tell me one period in the history of the PNP where they would have proven to be a capitalist-driven government.
Right.
It couldn't be in the 70s when Manley run out the business class them out of Jamaica. It wouldn't be in the 90s when the PNP wrecked the business class. So tell me when you see the PNP ever practice capitalism in the leadership of Jamaica. Continue, Porter.
No, Omar is an undercover PNP,
In undercover.
Tendency of the PNP is
hello everybody.
defeated in terms of facts.
So foresight, because sometimes we can reason with yourself and reach somewhere, but we have to have an interviewer, and I put myself as the interviewer this evening. So you and Chuck are the person who are going, answer the questions. So
Before you get there, so I think Palmer did want to say something. Let me hear him first.
Okay, go ahead, Palmer.
Yes, guys. With the tax incentive that was given, that bring back more revenue into the coffers because people spend most of that money. The taxes come from that, right?
Yeah, the economy.
Yeah, there's a fast food.
It boosts the economy. You put some money in the people's pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember Trump did tell you about the $1,000 check when he out?
Yeah.
So the same thing. Put some money in the people's pocket and spend it.
When there's opened a restaurant in Montego Bay recently, they employ 16 people. 16 people off the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, the big. No, you have a lot of people now who are employing a 2-day helper, which at least can get a little money in their pocket.
Exactly.
The worker man is chopping more yard now, so he get more money in his pocket,
More people have money to spend.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the truth that they are trying to hide from us, because they are trying to give the impression that people are worse off. No.
Yeah.
We soon hear
Yes,
This,
but look how much of our ladies buying cars. Most of the cars, new cars are purchased by women.
You see, because of the tax return, that is why the business community could have announced that they had a record Black Friday day sale.
exactly, Chuck.
Okay? That little tax give back, the business community in Jamaica report that they had a record sale on Black Friday. And I am sure that at the end of this Christmas, it's going to be another record-breaking sale.
That is what I was just about to say. We could wait on the stats on the spending, the amount of money spent this Christmas, and then we are going to know if Jamaica is better off or people have less money to spend or more.
It's 277 billion in circulation and it's on record.
No, I think
277 billion.
I think it's lower than last year. I think last year we did the 280.
Well, I saw an article that said it was a record. I don't know.
It's a record, okay.
Okay.
But you have more cars than more. When you look at this,
Go on, DM me.
Yeah, go ahead.
After the financial meltdown, PNP lead the IMF.
Leave that alone.
Hold on, Omalo. That again is a load of crap, Omalo.
You want to respond to that? You want to respond to that?
Respond to Omalo. Omalo, it was the PNP that run out the IMF. The PNP never go back to no IMF after no financial meltdown. It was the Bruce Golding administration, after we go into the world financial crisis, that brought back the IMF to Jamaica. Remember, the People's National Party ran out the IMF and started to borrow money from his friend Mark Golding, DB&G, and started to sell out public assets to DB&G. The IMF told us that 70% of the national debt was owed to local people at the time when we lose 90% of our financial institution, which means that the very same man who's go up on platform and tell we say no come here to scrape. Him scrape all of them could in the 90s from Omar Davis and his friend them. So Omar, nobody come here with your shit out. Continue, DB.
All right. So based on what you guys are saying, is it fair to say that what the government did was to remove the tax burden from lower and middle income earners in the fact that they reduced GCT, but there is more accountable in collecting revenue from like land and business owners?
Well, GCT, everybody pays GCT, not only me, because it's a commodity-based tax, right?
Right.
Which affects
Is it
everybody.
GCT that they lower
I think the policy was
what they did was they raised the income tax threshold but lower GCT.
exactly. So what you do now, you're going to provide more jobs. So you get more commodity-based GCT now, where more people have income, more people will spend. So you're going to get more. You can collect more taxes from spending, from you know the money that people spend on to buy goods and services, right?
Right.
In terms of lowering now on middle class and or the working class, that would be the income tax threshold. Right. That would be the income tax threshold that Chuck just spoke about. Because under the PNP,
basically they broaden the scope for investment, for more investment then.
Exactly. So you create an environment that attracts more investors.
Look at it. A simple way to look at it is this. If you have 100 people, I give you $10.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you can have 1,000 people, I give you $5.
Exactly. Right.
So that is the scope. So we lower the income tax, but we put more people to work.
Exactly. Right.
So is it fair to say that Ardley Shaw and his pronouncement that if you give back more to the people will spend more.
Yeah, that's what Alisha was saying. That's what. And then we see it materialize now, and people are going like they can't believe it. Alisha had said that. He was saying that would have been a better approach.
Let me go to Omalo again. Omalo said the economy is so bad the Bank of Jamaica is taking money. Omalo, really and truly, you're going to make me cuss bad word. So I'm going to mute you. Please, you're make me cuss bad word.
So that's why I'm telling you, Chuck,
You know, like reason with dunce. And you're proving to be a dunce right here. I'm going to mute you, Omalo, because you're not make no sense.
Omala only see when believe, him not believe when I see. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Say, you have some people with reason. Them don't have what them having at them based on that. What them already having at them.
With them already, yeah.
So Dimi, go ahead.
Right. So no, you were expounding on the what I said about Adli Shah. And giving back more to the people and the people spend more.
All right, Dimi, you remember it happened twice in the US in the last 10 years. President Trump have what they call a stimulus package. Stimulus package for the economy is that them send every registered American one check for $1,000. Everybody get one check in at the mail or the money go to them bank account, but each of them get $1,000. And what that does is that all of them will get the $1,000, go spend them $1,000. That spur the economy into action. More money in the market, business them are go. That's what you generate. When the economy has slowed down, that's what you call it stimulus. They call it the stimulus package to stimulate the economy. Give people some money, make them spend it.
Exactly.
This $20,000 tax give back is our version of a stimulus board. We couldn't afford 1,000. We couldn't afford to give everybody 100,000. Well, not now anyway. But we start with 20. Yes, you have the whole if I come ready, I tell you say 22 a little bit. But remember, them never give none. So we can't give 20
tell you say for them nil was more than our 20.
Thank you. Yeah, then we tell you that. Right? So doing things to spur the economy is things that every first world country do. I think Guyana is now giving every single household $100,000. But remember, them find oil, so them can do it. Right? What this government has been doing is as you say, and to speak of it the other day when he said, is two ways to share the pie. Either you cut smaller slices or you make a bigger one. Expand the size. You expand the size so everybody can get more. Or you cut smaller slices. No. The PNP, I wouldn't say them used to cut smaller slices. Them used to keep the whole pie for themselves.
Yes. Them never used to share. But them talk. But them use
and then what at foresight. Not only that, they used to keep the pie for themselves and then tax it for the ingredients. So while they are contribute to the making of the pie, you not get none.
May I just add this to Chuck?
Go ahead.
Right. And them try to convince you, right? So you're better off when you suffer.
Thank you.
That's PNP style, you know. Are the words them using, not the works. If you continue, if you convince you. Andrew use the works over the words to convince you.
And
but unfortunately, you have some people who don't have a mind of their own, who has to be told how to think rather than think about what they are being told, right? Are believing these dumb words over the works for them to see unfold right in front of them.
I ask them every day, Foresight, I want them to show me a government, any PNP administration that has implement the kind of social policy that this government had to do, implement the kind of economic policy that this government had to do, and reap the fruit of it. And when them reap some fruit, then give back them fruit to the people of Jamaica. I want to show me one PNP administration that has ever done anything remotely close to that.
They can't.
They can't.
So then draw for the media now. To try now. Tarnish the reputation now of our best leader.
Of our best leader.
Because I try now distract you with that. They might try to distract you from the greatness and the benefits we are get. Right? And they want to make a topic out of perceived and fabricated corruption so that now it distracts you from what Andrew is doing. So what them really do, they might get you to think about what Andrew have and know what Andrew do.
Thank you. And that is the wool never draw over your eye. Look for what that man you have. Go and get what him have.
So Chuck and Forsyth, do you think that motor vehicle is now being a major part of our income in this country?
What do you mean?
Vehicle, I don't understand.
In terms of more vehicles selling, more so
It's a part of, it's a section of the economy. That is also being just like how construction a boost, motor vehicle sale a boost, because motor vehicle sale a boost, petrol a boost. So it's a revolving door. Everything, every sector we are boost affect the other. Because the teacher them and the public sector get a massive wage increase, they cannot afford to buy a better car. Right? So because them buy a better car now, mechanics are make more money to more car on the road.
Under PNP, everybody know who was the Used Car Dealer Association. Who was the president of the Used Car Dealer Association. Because every minute they were in the news protesting against ITA, trying to get the government to roll back, right? The exorbitant tax that were imposed on motor vehicle. When last you hear that? Why you think you have so much youth now can buy a car? Because when them used to tax the car dealer them, you have man we are negotiate on a car this week, right? And when if you close the deal, when they go back next week in here, say yo the car will cost $200,000 more in a car budget just read and a tax and then you tax the government just impose tax on it. When last you hear that?
Guru, sometimes you have to make we humiliate and expose the idiot them before you mute them, you know. Now mute them right away. When they put out them something, we read it out publicly to show the level of reasoning what them have. Again, I will say this to you all. Any idiot who believes, say, a little country like Jamaica can miss $3 trillion and still stand up. Uno don't work, the ear will not breathe. And as far as I say, uno problem is that uno lack the ability to think for yourself, to realize, say, when me are here, no make sense. That uno fi do. I say it before and I will say it again. There are a million things you can criticize about the government. You no need to resort to lies and misinformation. Find things, find
misinformation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come and have a reasonable discussion.
Back to what Forsyth said. You see, the government do well enough because the government understand economic matters. It understand where the pulse of the economy exists. And you get the impression, as I said earlier, you get the impression, you know, that the People's National Party, which formed the government in the 90s, never really no understand that. They don't care about that. Their interest is always shift the position of wealth from people to themselves and their friends. And that is why them struggle to grow the economy.
They're rich. And about exactly one of them one.
And what I say, out of the belly.
And then preside over that.
Out of the belly.
The largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich in the history of this country is what they call FinSA. Right?
You ever heard about the question how Mark going getting money?
I have never heard of
the question how Andrew getting money. It's because of where him come from. A youth from humble beginnings. As an ordinary get to you to elevate himself in a life. Not supposed to have so much money. I'm not supposed to reach nowhere in a life. I'm not supposed to even be Prime Minister of Jamaica, according to some of them. Right? For even them a take that from him. Yeah. So it's a lot of class that is involved in it too.
Yeah.
right?
So true.
Yeah,
And
yeah, the
then now,
mentality and
what
the
really
mentality.
disturb them is that the man extend that to average Jamaicans, giving average Jamaicans opportunity to step up in our lives. What the system want them to do is to give the average ghetto person or the average poor people in a society only sympathy. That's why you will hear PNP only talk about part, but JLP will talk about heart. Because heart,
Yeah.
right? While the Jamaica Labour Party, right, still expand part, him still provide you with
And
the
it's good.
opportunities through heart to uplift you out of poverty, right? So it's not only
True.
it's not only to cater for the poor, but to elevate the poor. The houses that were built in St. Paul's Lane.
False Stuart, we can't work with that. You have to continue.
All right.
All right. So one more thing I want to touch on. Yeah, one more thing I want to touch on, as you know, the panda topic there. I've heard Rastaman said before me say what him say. How much for your goat now?
You know, a long time I don't buy a goat, you know.
Because me hear say goat I sell like for all 100,000 now, you know.
Yeah, man, true.
All right. I mean here Rastaman I say that the Prime Minister invest, but not teach nobody, and him and the Prime Minister meet up all the while, and the Prime Minister never show him how to invest. Who would I want to respond to something like that? Anybody on the panel?
Let me respond to the Rastaman. If the Rastaman utter those words, well, it was the same Rastaman who did say rather take a pay cut than a haircut than a pay cut. We realize that him words no word here him speaking to. The Prime Minister of this country has been leading by example since taking office. The Prime Minister has told us on more than one occasion how to manage and maintain and live within our means. The Prime Minister has went on the platform already and laid out the route that he took to build his house. In tell me from them time there. So let me borrow some money from this son, we put it there son, then me take it back from there son, and when they get to more, we start with that. Right? It was this government that started the process of telling Jamaicans, listen to me, the stock market, enough for the rich alone, enough for Mark Golden alone.
Big thank you, Chuck.
Yes. It was this government that started telling them that, and I will repeat it here and I'll say it again. It is part of the reason why Mark Golden them hate and do wellness so.
Him open up the market for smaller business can enter the stock market through the junior stock exchange.
Through the junior stock exchange. Remember, as we mentioned, the junior stock exchange. Remember, the junior stock exchange was started under Bruce Golden. And the PNP was going to lock down when they came into power.
And what do we see come from that? The expansion of a dairyman, black-owned business.
Yes.
The expansion of a local gas station, which is the fastest gas station now, fastest growing gas station now, Fesco. The system now that is behind the PNP doesn't like this new Jamaica. We see average Jamaicans rise to enter industries where them and them friend alone want to dominate.
And sit down and make billions of dollars amongst themselves.
Exactly.
Right? So, as I said, those are what is driving the hatred where them have Andrew Wellness. And the saddest part is that they have convinced people who should be learning and trying to build them one legacy to also look at a question how somebody get to them something. I just say, look at what he has rather than what he's doing. And Andrew is doing more than what him have. I see a video to the foresight where Desmond Mackenzie was up in Mark Golden constituency handing over 2 houses to 2 residents. And I remember Andrew Warner's speech when him said, a couple of years ago, when him just take office, he was called to a site of a fire in his constituency. When he went to him realized by looking around, say, listen to me. These people cannot continue to live like this. We have to go change the look at these communities. And from that one fire came the community renewal project that Andrew Wallace is now overseeing. We see the new house on his constituency. We saw the ones that are being built around Prague City, and we saw the ones in Governmental.
Chuck, I'm glad you touched on that because I was going to speak on that too.
St. Paul's Lane.
No, this kind of transformation now is a threat to the status quo.
Is a threat.
For more reasons than one.
Chuck,
it's not just about improving living standards, but you're also improving mindsets. So what the status quo now want now, Mark Golding and him friend them now, them can't use bare minimum again to control the people. Once you raise people expectations, raise people's standard of living, then you know say people mindset are going to change and people are going to start demand more. So Mark Golding represent now what you call a reset for Jamaica. That's why the one is not by chance why you have a British English man that is the leader of the opposition. Finsack was a reset. Mark Golding is supposed to be the next reset. To come reverse a lot of the progress that Andrew make. Right? He doesn't want to see poor ghetto youth. The living standard of the poor ghetto people them improve. Andrew is on that mission to build Jamaica. Mark Golding is on a mission to serve the interests of the establishment. Right, and to continue the status quo. Them can't control it with little or nothing.
Let me ask you this, HR. Over the 18 years of PNP rule, when Mark Golding was an advisor, PJ Patterson as Prime Minister would have visited, and his other ministers would have visited the site of several fires across Jamaica where burn out people, where this large people find them home. Has the idea say, let me transfer the look at these communities from what they are. Has you ever heard that level of thinking coming from the PNP yet?
No, because they have to operate within the confines of the establishment. Andrew Owens is brave enough to go pick out St. Thomas when St. Thomas supposed to be punished and neglected because of the Morant-Bay Rebellion. He went against that and break the chains.
Here you go.
So that is why people don't understand, say, Andrew Owens is not just up against the PNP. It's a system that he's up against.
Wait, after 5 already.
Right? A system that wants things to remain how they are. Now,
Foresight.
Remember, the mission that Andrew is on, that community renewal
I just want to tell him, say, when him land, Palmer Bay wants to say something when you land.
Yeah, man. The community renewal program is something was supposed to take place right across Jamaica, you know.
Right across.
And they can't afford for a leader to do that. So they might fight out Andrew. And it's not just about third term because there's a lot of projects that's supposed to get off the ground next year. So that's why they were trying to get him out even before the third term.
Even before that's why he was trying to force.
But all who are fight him, all them name they want to call earlier. Them not understand say at them Andrew fight for all that you have ever wanted Jamaica to be.
That's where we're heading.
That's what Andrew tried to do. But you get the big. Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned about St. Thomas. And for those who don't understand, let me give you something clear we'll have a look at. St. Thomas under the PNP was dubbed the forgotten parish. The parish were left to suffer when not even a road, not even a traffic light. St. Thomas never have a traffic light until 2 years ago.
Exactly.
St. Thomas never have a proper town center, nothing. And that was the site of the greatest rise up against oppression this country has ever seen.
Exactly. Exactly.
But if you do not believe what Foresight said, let me give you a contrast to a different country. You see, Haiti, the position that Haiti is in today is not by accident. Haiti is being punished because when Haiti rise up and run with the French, and the French went back and come back with them boat to capture back Haiti, and the Haitian them rally and sink the boat them. To this day, Haiti is still being punished by America, England, Canada.
Exactly, because of the Asian Revolution.
Thank you. And they are still being punished today. It was a president of Haiti known as Aristide in 1994 decided that Haiti will not pay France one more red cent. And what happened to Aristide? He was ushered out, but there's a coup. And no, it was because he was disrupting the status quo. So yes, the British man don't like the fact that Andrew is putting back some life in a St. Thomas because St. Thomas is supposed to be punished.
Exactly. And what happens is that you can't empower the people. Them not like that. Them not like when you empower the people. All you hear PNP attack over the years, that's what they want. They want them to trick the people. Let the people believe that you're doing it, but don't turn around and do it. So it's a deception tactic. And you know, now use no deception. They might empower ordinary Jamaicans.
And that is why I've been saying for the last couple of that the PNP has done a job over the years of convincing people that we are a party for the poor. But if you should drill down and check out their DNA, the PNP has created more poverty in Jamaica than they have secured. The PNP, and I said this without any apology, the PNP has created more poverty in Jamaica than slavery.
Exactly.
Check, I want to say something before I
It's a
go.
big trick. Because, and then, as I say, them get us to believe, you know, like we are use with ears more than how we are use with eyes. If you use your eyes for say all that is happening now, how can you make? Nobody from the PNP side that talk about, empowerment for poor or cater for poor. What they offer, and if Andrew was doing it, you wouldn't hear about no statutory declaration, you wouldn't see the system. I pressure him so much. Anyhow, it was working by the playbook whereby you just offer sympathy in poverty, but not opportunities to get out of poverty. Right. But he must do both. He must cater for the poor, but him also try uplift the poor.
I try break the generational curse.
Curse, right. And the part of it when I try uplift the poor is the part that they have problem with.
Yes. Palmer?
Yes, what I want to say before I leave, I would call your show the Thinking Person Live, you know, because
the great Wilmot Perkins.
Yes, you come up with some great ideas and policies and explanation, make it so simple, you know. And the other day I was skipping through and I saw one girl named Dear Heaven was playing your program and I stopped and listened. And when she finished playing, she said, "Damn fool." Oh my God. Anyway, keep it up, man. And I really love your show. You know, you make it simple that even the duns can understand.
All right. Thank you, Sir Palmer. Much respect. Right. But it's a simple fact that is the problem that they have with Andrew Wallace is that while the Jamaica Labour Party, and I say this every day and people can check and let me know, has done more social program in Jamaica than the PNP. Not only do we help the poor, but the Jamaica Labour Party has always created a way to break the generation.
Exactly, to uplift them. And that is why them always have it said. Or them try to interpret and put it now, JLP is for the rich. It's not that JLP is for the rich. It's because JLP create an environment, right, to create wealth that creates more wealth for the people, right? PNP creates an environment, right, where them just massage the poor in poverty, but not much programs to uplift the poor out of poverty, right?
Chuck, Foresight, Chuck, tell them, remind them about the whole the 60
Oh,
hope.
the Jamaica. Oh, yes. Yes. The Petal, I can't believe Petal never hear about the Jamaica 60 Trust Fund.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you see,
What if people say them never hear about it, Chuck, I never remember something?
when the Jamaica Labour Party under Edward Seaga in 1980 started the food stamp program for the elderly and lactating mother. Simple food stamp. You get your book of food stamp every week, and you go and you buy what you want. A shop used to take it. The PNP came into power and they changed that. And they call it the PART program. I forget what the PART acronym did stand for, but it's an acronym. The Jamaica Labour Party.
That you advance and
yeah, forget what the name of it. The Jamaica Labour Party has now created a way to break the generational dependent and part by coming up with the Jamaica 60 Trust Fund for persons and part and wards of the state. So if your mother and your father and your auntie them depend part as a child born
anytime after August 6, 2022.
You will be registered in the Jamaica 60 Trust Fund. That on your 18th birthday, you should have a minimum of at least $800,000 put in your bank account for you to start life.
Plus interest.
Plus interest.
And this is for any children who are on part.
If your parents are on part, if you go to school on part, or you're a ward of the state.
Or you're a ward of the state. So normally they usually let out the one. Normally they let out the ward of the state, them and then just ending up turn criminal or something because they spend so much years in a state here and nothing after them.
After that. So yes, Gigi, even people can donate to it also. So if you have a child that is in that situation and you can go and donate something and it will be there.
Yeah, man.
They never yet hear them talk about that and they never and then say Angela do nothing. Nothing for the poor.
Get out, man, and become better. Not just stay there and get
Some of them father never give them $8, never mind 800,000, you know.
All right. You see, and those are some of the things that I rate people like Mark Golding. You know, say trust fund are now becoming common and now people picking alone have trust fund again.
Yes.
And him and film picking them alone and go man with gold spoon in them mouth.
Gold spoon in them mouth. And another thing in it, you see, so my time, if we look at what them do, you know, remember that, you know, one of the big halabaloo recently about the building where them say Andrew involved in, you know, is the fact that Andrew passed on something give him son, you know.
Yes.
That's something that hurt them spirit. That is why Simon Crosskill can go up on an interview and ask somebody why Andrew have to give it to his son.
But it's the same. It's the same thing that Mark Golding do. In the past to him son too. So nobody not question that. That not upset nobody.
I would say this foresight that Mark did it under what I would call suspicious circumstances.
Prior to entering, try to become in opposite. And
that
wait
is
until
that is what them want. Them do. Yeah. So
just before Mark become opposition leader, where his statutory declaration would be published, he transferred ownership of most of his assets to his elder children. Right? And nobody, Simon Crosskill never interviewed nobody and say, why Mark have to give it to his son? No. But the little man born in one board house in a Spanish town who decides to Timmy Pickney now grew up in a board house. Him, that question.
Exactly. It's too good for him.
I said this before foresight. The man who go down St. Mary, roll up his pants foot, walk across one puddle of water, go meet one lady and ask her for him support. And the lady say, Mr. Prime Minister, years now we there. And we want one bridge right there. So we have big fan.
So, let me correct you. Him never walk across a puddle of water. Him walk across the Wag River. If you know much people wash way in the Wag River, round a Castleton.
Yes, roll up in pants foot.
Right.
Meet the lady, and the lady
And he has
say,
been
"Mr.
doing
Prime
this for
Minister."
and guess what too? He has been doing this from he took office.
Can
So
you
you
take
can't say because election are come up, like we are accustomed to seeing politicians only do them something when election time come or when it's near to election time. Andrew work from inception, from he took office in my work.
Make
You
it
understand?
make finish that by the bridge then, make me hear.
Right. So he went there, meet the lady, roll up in pants foot, sit down. The lady said, "Mr. Prime Minister, years really, that's all." I remember this was a constituency that the PNP had for years, for decades. And the lady said, "All we want is a little bridge." And the Prime Minister tell her, "So listen to me. Say the next time I come to see you, I am going to meet you across the bridge right there, so." 3 months later, you know, come to baby. 3 months later, the Prime Minister was walking across that bridge to meet the same old lady. I want somebody tell me one single time with any of the PNP leader, whether it be Michael Mandy, PJ Patterson, Portia Simpson Miller, that they had ever made a commitment like that to any voter and fulfill it in not just fulfill it, but fulfill it in the record time that they had promised.
Never man. Look here.
That's why the lady did say,
But
Mr. Prime Minister, rain can fall and river can come down all it want now.
Sir Chuck and the panel, good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
sir.
You
Welcome.
see, the PM situation speaks to the type of stereotype that occurs in Jamaica or exists in Jamaica. No dirty foot boy, not is supposed to aspire and achieve anything. If you do, you're looked on a particular way. It's either you're involved in the other side of sexuality, or you're a thief, or you're some form of criminal. But anything that you have worked for, coming from the dirt up, whatever you own, is questioned by the other side of Jamaica that exists, the Tapanaris section.
Who not believe
And
in
the
your
wholeness coming from a background where him foot used to dirty, him wear tear up brief and tear up pants. How dare you? How dare you have money in a bank account and become prime minister of this beautiful country called Jamaica? You're mad, man. You're mad. What you are doing is telling the rest of Jamaicans who we have with foot in them neck that they dare to aspire and become something better off. Once you start allowing the masses to become educated and becoming influential, then the majority of Tapanaris lose control over it. And the Prime Minister is a beacon of hope that the ordinary man of Jamaica can dare to dream and achieve something in life. Then no one will understand that can happen.
What the Prime Minister has done, it has shown the Jamaican people, and again, this is another one of the reasons why Mark Golden and the PNP begs and hate him. They have shown the Jamaican people that the tax dollars we are collecting over the years can actually run the country.
Yes, sir.
Can actually benefit the people.
Yes, sir.
As we
Because
say,
where all of them tax dollars they gone, Chuck? That they, every
is
single
the
budget that has
the
been
question that
read
they fear most.
under the PNP 18.5 years has been to add tax on the backs of the poor. Because when you add tax to the economy, you're actually adding it to the most vulnerable, right? Because no matter how they want to spin it, if you put it on the Tapanaris put it back right back on the poor. So they have been taxing the poor for 18.5 years. What they do with the money?
when the 2016 campaign was launched, you know, and the bedrock of that campaign was the promise to move the income tax threshold to ease the burden upon the working class. It was the first in Jamaica history a political party of a campaign to do something for the working class. The working class, the person that was pocket with dipping every time the budget chart for 18 years. It was the first time a political party of a campaign to say, let's ease the burden on the working class. Them don't like that. When Andrew Holness walk around and I build up them nice little house in the ghetto and I give it to people free of charge, they don't like that. Because, as I say, them can no longer go overseas when should they get power. They can't go back overseas and say we are big something on behalf of a third world nation. The international community, and I say I can't Jamaica yet. Jamaica is not a developed country, not a developing one anymore.
And they can no longer control us with bare minimum.
With bare minimum. And foresight, you're glad you said that, you know, because one of the things what make glad me have, you know, I am so happy I'm seeing it across Jamaica, is that people are now asking for more from their representative.
Exactly. When you see, if Andrew come change the culture, this culture where MP is somebody will just win a seat, right? Sit in it and just show up near election time, right? Buy 2 beer, win back the seat, disappear again, come back only near election time. Andrew come change the culture here. Andrew is the reason why you see so many people in Tanzania talk about roads and water. Right?
You know, I wouldn't give it to the Prime Minister alone.
Under the 18 years of the PNP, not for these PNP constituents, right? It was the norm for them to accept roads from them MP, bad roads. Bad roads was the norm.
Yes, yes.
You understand?
Remember,
Andrew comes through that because we have the most performing MPs.
The only time road fix under the PNP, you know, is when people go back and demonstrate, you know.
Exactly.
Yes. But Chuck, outside of the PM though, we have some very influential MPs who are like the beacon of hope of what MP.
Beacon of hope, winner.
You have Anne-Marie Valls, that's famous. That woman is a genuine woman who loves the people of our constituency. You see her there. You have a Tova, Hamilton. You have
Rhoda.
Clyde Green. You have Rhoda Crawford. You have Colonel
Jr. You have the 2 Juliet them.
Yes.
East Rural and West Rural.
Yes. So those persons. So when you look at now, you realize that it's a culture. It's not just a prime minister, but it's a culture of the Jamaica Labour Party where MPs have on this look or this feel or this doing for the greater good of the country and the people. So I wouldn't just pin it on the prime minister. It's a culture of the Jamaica Labour Party where we take care of the people of Jamaica and the people of our constituency. Do we have to brush up or shape up yet?
Hold on, give me a second, Jen. I soon come there. As Vaz would have preached every day, if you take care of the people,
Darrell Vaz.
The people will take care of you. If you love the people will love you. Jen, I answer something?
Yeah, I tell you, say, we have an award for the worst MP for the last 15 years, man. Our MP that. You don't know that, man?
Hold on. I saw something in the news recently. We never know if you see it. Where Mr. Hilton is chastising the government.
Yes, I see it.
Listen, that is a challenge faced by a number of countries across the world. Remember, we had the Panama Canal incident. So a lot of those containers were stuck in that port for an extended period of time. And when the port release or free up, you're going to have a barrage or a surge of container coming to your ports. And I think it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to
It's
have.
a good problem to have. Not that you want to have your ports being bogged down, but a growing economy means that you will always have to be expanding your port. And this is now going to be outside of what happened in the Panama Canal. The Jamaica government, in terms of the Jamaica Labour Party, has a master plan for the Kingston Harbour and the Kingston Port. This is the amount of new equipment you have sitting over there. People need
You
to go
know,
and support the plan.
the amount of projects, right, was supposed to manifest before even next year election. Normal. The PNP attack on Andrew Holness was to try to get him out before even the election is due next year.
Yes,
because
sir.
they don't want to face what's coming. Right? So it's more than just trying to prevent a third term. It's trying to prevent him from doing out his second
You have to
term.
damage him. You have to damage him. Right?
Chuck win off foresight.
This is December. Port Authority cites multiple challenges banking. The people them say it's a surge. It's a surge. The article, let me read the article and let me break it back down. Give me a second.
Hold on, we don't want to pick it up. Make we hear from Foundation. Yes. Remember, they're going to link you off here as you say. JLL. All right. I mean, I think it.
So, all right, here we go, guys. So the Port Authority, which is people them who deal with the logistics of the Jamaica port, come out and basically with a rubbish the claim from the shadow minister. He said the Port Authority of Jamaica has attributed the recent increase in congestion at the Kingston port to a combination of factors, including a surge in cargo volumes. So Jamaica is open for business. When you have a country open for business, it means that your port is going to be busy. So you're going to have high volume of imports and export taking place. Disruption in mainline shipping schedules. And we know that because we had that problem in the Panama Canal and the Red Sea incidents because pirates were attacking the ships when they were trying to deviate from the Panama Canal. So we have had the disruption, geopolitical tensions. You know, we have that. You're going to have the slow movement of cargo because you have these conflicts taking place. You have the war in Russia. You have the Israel and insurgents and all of those. Conflict along major shipping routes, which I spoke to, and adverse weather conditions. Remember, we had one of the most active weather system in decades occurring over this period of time. Remember, we had other weather conditions. So a number of these issues would have caused the congestion at the port. So when the opposition and spokesperson came out and spoke about this, he's being very disingenuous, and what he's doing is insulting the intelligence of the Jamaican people, and the PNP continues to do that. They take us for fools.
Exactly.
They think that we cannot put 1 and 2 together and come up with a number. They take us for a bunch of dunces. And if you keep the people them dunce struck, you can't do anything to them.
You know,
Go on, JLL. Hold on. Give me a guy. Let me hear from JLL. JLL?
Yeah, Chuck, you hear me now?
I hear you now.
All right, great. Give thanks to everyone on the panel. Rasta, you know, so I just listen and gain the knowledge because the knowledge vast over that side. The knowledge when I get over that side, yeah, is only one man may ever sit in and listen to where I have the kind of knowledge that you have, Chuck. And it's not it's not a, what I call it now, a MP or a councillor. He's just a man who loves the Labour Party. The only man who get them kind of knowledge is from Winston Maraj. When I sit down on Winston Maraj foot, as a farmer, me, clarinet. Yeah, man, only him share the kind of knowledge I may get from the group now. See? And that's the kind of, this is why I have such a high level of respect for the man, because whenever I'm speak, him speak from a position of facts and unbiasedness. Yeah? And so I give thanks to the knowledge of the item I share. Yeah? It strengthens my resolves more.
make me understand more deeper. Yeah. When we touch upon the issue of Moran, St. Thomas and Moran Bay. If you notice, back in when we used to go, I mean, start 10 Clarendon College, see? I never like a bone in a Edward Seaga because I was indoctrinated that way there. I have a teacher who teach at POB, Principal of Business at school, at CC. She was a comrade. And when she teach I about the economy, yeah, the business principles and all them, the teacher, the subject itself, she said, look at Jamaica as an example. I may exonerate Michael Manley. I put him on a pedestal because my teacher teach me one thing where Michael, the greatest thing ever happened to Jamaica. See? And so, we come reverse that, my brother. The knowledge that was, well, if you indoctrinate me, if you reverse that, was a hell of a task. See? So, to see that continuation, I give thanks to it. That's what.
You see, JLL, what you possess, you know, is where me rich, most people who support the PNP would have. And it's the knowledge to think, to say, but this thanks. It must be another way. Right? That's what you have. You could have, as I say, I said this before and I say it again. Once you are educated, you will not choose the PNP.
Exactly. Sure.
Chuck, I want to add some more context to Jamaica. Under this Jamaica Labour Party-led government, the Kingston Wharf continues to flourish in net profits. I just want, it is public knowledge. You can go on the Jamaica Stock Exchange because the Kingston Wharf is publicly traded. You can buy it in there. In 2017, the highest they made was in the second quarter, which is 409,399,000. As of 2023, because we're not even put up 2024 figure yet. In 2023, the end of the year, the fourth quarter, they made a whopping 916,217,000. That is over 100% gain in net profit, right? So, and when you sum it all up, they have grown tremendously. They had their AGM in June of this year, 2024, and they have committed to expanding the Kingston Wharves, right, in infrastructural development, committed over the next 5 years, 16 billion Jamaican dollars. So when you see the old PNP, them run come attack, them believe that Jamaicans can read. And the information that we seek as a people, we need to go and look for it. It's there. $16 billion over the next 5 years. Have been committed to upgrading the Kingston Wharves. So when you see him and Anthony Hilton come with him brain like say, oh, we want to trick people because
Greatest expansion of Africa under the JLP.
But what I know, the Prime Minister announced recently his plan to move Marcus Garbage from where it is currently and run along where the train line is, and the Kingston Wharf is gonna take up all that space. Yeah. So when we tell us that the Prime Minister is a visionary who only speak of things that is going to happen, I don't joke we are making up.
No. And that is why they're in such a hurry to get him out.
Exactly. There's so many people coming on next year before the general election. A couple of things that they want. Remember, the hospitals are coming on stream in early next year before the election. You have the Sparks program, which will be implemented. Majority of that work will be completed before the general election. We're gonna have the budget reading and a lot of the other major projects that are in mainstream is gonna go online for the people of Jamaica to enjoy. So they have to do everything to disrupt and force the narrative of the people of Jamaica to call on the government for a general election to take place. They will continue to do that because they know now once Jamaica start to reap the benefits of these programs and see for themselves where they can touch it, right? Because we have the $47 billion being committed, Chuck. We have the Sparks program, $40 billion. We have the Reach program, $5 billion, and then we have the disaster program that was announced the other day, $2 billion. But it's $47 billion of road work outside of the general road work that is guaranteed in each budget. Listen, man, it's going to be impressive.
We know what they are fear. What the fear is that the work is going to become so undeniable that the propaganda will start getting weak.
It already is, though. It already is happening because
it's already happening, right?
Yeah.
With foresight and the panelists. And I want to say this because I heard you said something about Andrew and setting the trend and all of that. And with all of the works and so that you talk about and the MP them going, would you agree with me that with the MP them performing and people demanding more of their MP is because of the honesty of this government and Andrew Holness, who have come out literally and explain in details to the people of Jamaica how much they have in the budget, what they plan to do, the time frame in which these things must happen, and also that the accountability that he holds his members to.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This government is the most
transparent,
open that we have
Yeah.
ever seen, the most accessible by the Jamaican people and also by media itself. He also listens. Whenever there's an issue and the masses say, yo, no, sir, the government always finds a way to please the masses of the people, or please the appetite of the people. So you are correct, my brethren. The type of politics that we see from the Prime Minister steering his party and also government, we have never seen it before.
Yes.
we
Raise
know
the
that
bar.
we have
It
to
changed
add
the
this
political
to that.
landscape.
We have to add this that despite many attempts to actually draw him down into the gutter politics, he has resisted.
Yes, he has never stooped to their level. Yeah,
Where
man.
we see the PNP have to actually try to squeeze out one or two ideas because we now meet them down in the ghetto. Meet me around the table, put your ideas and I put mine. And that only the people of Jamaica will always benefit when both political parties have to fight with ideas rather than mud.
Yes.
True. The mud slinging now work, it get weaker. And they are trying their best. All right, what is happening now, Why you see them so quiet, Some of them, right? Is that they are wondering if them should continue down the same path, or them should start taking a different approach. Because
As I said before, I say foresight. As I say, I follow politics in a whole heap of country around the world. I love US politics. Today I was watching interview, not an interview, but a debate between, they have two guys in American politics. A guy named Charlie Kirk and one named Cenk Uygur. Them from different sides of the political divide. Coming up, they have always been enemies on the political battlefield. But today, in the interview, me hear him say, listen to the one thing. If we should sit down and talk, we will realize that we have more in common than the things that will divide us.
Yes, sir.
All of us, maybe in different ways, want the best for America. So what we are going to do? Make we sit down and we see the best way your party do. Your party in a power for the next 4 years, so we are going to hold them to this best. And if my party win next year, we are going to hold them to this best. That means the growth of the country must continue.
now go sit down with Andrew and do that though.
When I find the difference what we have in Jamaica now, is simply this. It is documented facts that the PNP would have done some irreparable damage to Jamaica in the 90s. But none of the people that will support them are willing to hold them to that and say, listen to me, you have to promise you say when you come back, you're not going to do this again. In fact, they are willing to tell you say that was the greatest time in Jamaica history. Right? And that can't be how you encourage people to do better. If we want better from if the PMP supporters want to be honest and say, listen to me, me never like what my party doing in the 90s. It never good for Jamaica. You have to tell them, say, me never like what you do. And me are going to support you, but when you come back, you can't do the same thing.
Chuck, you with your PNP, me your PNP supporter, I say, the FinSac, right, wasn't so much of a bad thing. Because a rich people, you know, be rich people, whether that control when our country get destroyed. Some of them are rich people. Right? So the PNP have a way for convincing supporters that what's bad for the rich is good for the poor. And that's the problem we have because the rich, and we grew up, you know, remember we grew up on some slogans, you know, and some popular phrases. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. Which we really read and listen to follow, but we don't really think in order to understand. Because when you destroy the business class, it has a negative impact on the poor. There is no society in which the rich are going to get richer in which the poor are going to become better or improve their life without the rich getting richer. So when you see the rich getting richer, it's not a sign that the poor is getting poorer. As a matter of fact, most times when you have business people expanding them business, making more money, it means more income for the poor. They can employ more people. The man who fixed the AC and service it, him I will have now another establishment to work on, right? The people them who are promoted as managers can now hire a helper or a nanny, whatever you call them. It's trickle down. The thing with Jamaica is that we see development. You have some poor, uneducated people, too many of them. We see development as the rich man thing. And them start talk about it now trickle down. It has to trickle down. The thousands of construction workers, right? We work on these buildings and a march onto the site are poor people. Construction work is one of the biggest source of income for the ghetto youth. Right? We used to sit down for years because the construction now go on, him say my tile but him can't get no work. Him say my mason can't get no work. That's no longer the case. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. But foresight, the issue with them having is not, and we go upon this all the while. It's not that they're not getting money, you know. The problem is they're unable to manage their money. So at the end of the week, it's going to look like you don't get none.
I know. We know that. Because the man with load bus make more than a lot of people who have a 9-to-5 job. The bearer can make over $12,000 and $15,000 a day. But him have 6 baby mother.
Money management problem.
Money management is where we look.
Management is the issue.
But the type of
employment table would be an NSC. Every Friday night I want to dance.
Yes, sir. So him give back the rich man the money because a rich man make any sense.
Exactly. Jerry never get back his money.
But foresight, the type of government that exists and the type of ideology of that government there is fundamental in how money moves through society. Jamaica Labour Party, while they are building the upper and the middle, the lower class will also benefit from the movement or the circulation of money. The PMP believes in robbing the rich, or they're going to extract from the rich and give to the poor. But the rich is also smart, because when you put a lot of taxes on the rich, whatever goods or services that they sell in order to make money, you're going to increase the price.
HR, them not even rob the rich and give the... Hold on. Let me just stick up in. HR, I don't really want to put you, but let me just correct one thing and give back the mic. That's what they want. That's what they want the people to think, that they are taking from the rich and give the poor. Lie. They are not catering for the poor. what they are doing, that's what they say to the poor to convince them that they are looking out for the best interest, right? What they do, they take more from the poor to enrich themselves and then say the other party do that. You see, any criticism with the JLP, with the PNP have of the JLP, Mark I rather them do. You saw them talk about buy vote, what them know them about buy vote.
But as I was saying though, Chuck, when the PMP come out and say, yo, them are gonna put on tax. Cause we hear the opposition spokesperson. Is either them increase GCT. When they increase GCT by 1%, yeah, you're gonna fund education. But the rich is gonna pass it on right back to the poor if you're trying to help. He said also was talking about increasing corporate taxes. When you do that, business community, when they look at the balance sheet, they must say, no, how we're going to do that? We need to increase goods and services. Are we going to have to lay some people off in order to manage the overhead or the overhead cost? So at the end of the day, when you do something like that, you're always hurting the poor because that is not how it works. You have to make sure that whatever economic policy you put in, everybody benefits. Everybody has to benefit in some way, but you're going to put in a government that is going to put a strain on the people who have money. They're going to put a strain on those who buy. And who spend the most to buy the smaller things. The people
Exactly.
poor.
All right.
And
How
during
the
the
PNP
8.5
can
years,
honestly say though?
hold on, what course that? During the 8.5 years, the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich since the abolition of slavery took place under the People's National Party. And on me say the evidence is there, and also one of the high-ranking members of the People's National Party, man of the cloth, who could not no longer hold it.
Could not hold it.
Must be taught the truth. The PNP destroyed the poor.
Tax some more and pay with less.
And Mark G was there. The evidence shows it in consume a lot of those poor people assets and incorporated nothing one. So nobody.
Let me put it all together, guys. And I said this all the while. I'm glad you not touch on it. In the 1980s, when Siaga was rebuilding the economy of Jamaica, one of the things that he did was to encourage local people to start business, local people who own banks, local people who own the insurance company. Every single hotel from Orchard to Westmoreland used to be owned by Jamaicans. When a Jamaican get rich and become a billionaire, what do you think him do with the money? Invest it back in the same Jamaica. That was what was stimulating the economy during Siaga time, during the period of Reconstruction. Local persons were opening those businesses. Local person was operating them. Local person was getting rich. Local person was reinvesting. Right? The shopping centers, the malls, all the other factories and things, they were being built by locals. They were employing locals, and locals were benefiting.
Pension and big companies.
Yeah. When the PMP came and took away all of the properties that were owned by Jamaican and sold them to overseas persons, that's when they took the wealth out of Jamaica. Because now 50 and 60% of everything where the company they make gone somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
And people have to understand say, that's where the damage was created.
And Chuck, remember after that, we have PSTD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
And it is something that is imminent within the business class of Jamaica. Under the PNP government, they are very much afraid to invest because of what they went through, right? Our pension funds, all the other mega organizations, they are afraid to put capital to work because they are afraid of what the PNP will do to our economy. And therefore, These
Unstable economy.
these organization pension funds, even DBNG that was owned by Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, invested heavily in government paper instead of building infrastructure, creating jobs. They were able to put millions of dollars on government paper and sit back and collect.
Sit back and wait.
And collect 30%.
Thank you.
Who was paying for that, Chuck?
Thank you, winner.
Who was paying for that?
The very same poor people them tell us that them they love.
Oh.
The very same poor people them tell every day say them love. And people don't understand the detriment of that policy, you know. As you say, you know, back them time there, you know. You see, when banks want to make money, they had to build one new shopping center, build one new housing scheme.
Our hotel. Our hotel.
Build one hotel. When you build one shopping center, who benefit? It drive employment.
The poor are going to go clean, you know, and sweep.
Yes. Poor are going to go work. While you go poor
All
man,
right. It's simply not, Chuck. You tax people more and you pay them less. But you say you're for the poor.
You say you're for the poor.
You create, all right, JLP create.
Hold on. Not change the line of conversation. We wanted Chuck to finish that because people need to understand exactly what was happening and what the PMP did to the state of mind of the people. Continue that line, Chuck. Then we go back.
Yeah, man, I remember so. Yeah, man, when that was one of the most detrimental policy that them ever come up with. When the finance minister, under the advice of Mark Golding, tell the people them with money at the time, say, you don't have to invest nothing. No go have no headache, no be no factory, no start no business.
Government paper.
Buy government paper, sit down and wait. No. You can't blame business person to take up the opportunity there. But while it was good for the business person, it was bad for the country. And because of them something they know, it make the business class of people afraid of PMP. When we say afraid of PMP, you know, we're not talking just now, you know. Remember, coming from the 70s when Monday did tell them say 5 flights a day. If you don't like when we had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
We had a bleeding of business and brain drain out of Jamaica back then.
Yes, sir.
They come back in the 90s again. They did not give them a chance to run this time, you know. This time they destroy them. Think of people like Paul Chin Young. Died in exile out of my own country where all him do was work my business. The little one them like Mishak Willis, Lola Gabriel and all them people there. All them do at Jamaica was open a business, you know. And the PMP punish them.
Chuck, are you familiar with the tax policy review committee that was formed by Omar Davis?
Yes, I heard of that community, but I don't know much about them.
Do you know who was sitting on those committee?
Me know say the executive director of Jamaica was one.
Mark Golding was a member of that committee. So whenever when you say financial engineering, no, people not really look forward to the place. You know. You have a man that is able to influence or tell a finance minister, say, oh, okay, this tax package. So what happened is that Omar Davis would say, oh, all right, this is the budget. This is how we plan to generate revenue. These are the taxes that we plan to implement. And they will send those to the tax review committee and them say, okay, no man, do this, do that, do this, do that, you do better. These are the individuals. So when Mark someone talk like him new, oh yes, Mr. Crawford too. He's also a commissioner on the Jamaica the Integrity Commission. So he's there. So Mark Golding,
you need to talk straight so people can understand what you're saying just now. Because I think you're a little bit bundled just now when you say Crawford.
Okay, so Mr. Eric Crawford is also a commissioner on the Integrity Commission. So he sits there. He used to work with Mark Golding on this committee.
Another opportunity.
Hey, Jenna.
That we call the Tax Review Committee, which was formed by Omar Davis. So whenever they had a
and
tax package,
Matalan.
and Matalan, whenever they had a tax package, they would ask, the committee to look over this, and then they will make the recommendation whether or not to remove this tax or implement this tax or whatever. So when you hear a man come and say, oh, he was practicing financial engineering, he has been in the PNP for a very long time. Very, very long
The
time.
feelings are not holding
They
already.
could have had
And
influence
this was
over.
and this was 2004, right? We're not according to the
2004.
document.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
2004. So just to expound a little bit on what Winner is saying, not to break your Winner, but I just bring in a little bit of clarity. So when the tax committee that was formed by Omar Davis, there were, that there's a few members on it. One of them was Mark Golding. The next one was Eric Crawford. Eric Crawford is a commissioner at the Integrity Commission, and Matalan is who own Gleaner now. So if you're going to put the pieces of the puzzle together, you can see where everything is falling in place, and it's against the JLP, right? So they have been working together like since forever. So if we go and put 2004 to now, that's what, 20 years ago. So 20 years ago is a very long time to forge a very good relationship. So that's why I asked him to mention it earlier.
So far, it's a very tight. Flight Green, JA, welcome MP Green. Right? But from them time there, they have been together as a close-knit group. So when people come and tell me, say, Mark Golding knew,
New.
Mark Golding has been a part of the problem of this country for more than 30 years.
Working behind the scenes.
And that is why him could have come up and say, him endorse him. That is the first time in the history of independent Jamaica that a chairman of a major news we call it now media group come out and publicly endorse a member of parliament.
And then turn around expect to not believe that he's biased.
Right? Let us say openly. We always do them had leanings, but none has ever done it openly before.
Yes.
I remember one night one of our fellow bloggers was watching a live I think it was on Gleaner. I don't remember who they mentioned, but they so happened that they went and showed the Gleaner newsroom or printing room or whatever it is. And on the wall it was the 77 or 73 shadow cabinet members' photos on the wall.
Huh?
When you have something like that in a newsroom, that means that these persons are the priority.
Boy.
Yes. When your picture is up in the newsroom, it means that you are priority news. So if I cough, you cough and then catch it on camera, it has to go out first.
But it's clear to see, based on how them operate. It's clear.
That is why you notice everything the PNP does are any shadow, junior shadow, no shadow, from they say anything with shadow, it is being published because they have the names there, their photos there, ready as a snap of a finger. There's a release from the Gleaner for them.
Nationwide broke the news about the building that was constructed over a week now. Have you seen the Gleaner even ask a question about it?
No.
But who remember a couple of months ago, a reporter was driving through Andrew Warner's constituency and saw two young boys painting a sidewalk. And headline news for nearly a month. That made the news for nearly a month, right? The PNP again, sorry, I will always say, has done a good job over the years trying to convince people that, hey, we are for the poor. But if we dissect the DNA, we can prove that what they are master manipulators. They are three-card tricksters. And them have the media, them have the so-called civic group, And them have one bunch of idiots who sit down and convince them, say, you remember the time when I pay you $6,000? That did better for you than a man who pay you 15 now, you know?
It's a joke.
But Chuck, I shared something with you the other day, and I don't know if you mentioned it, and winner. But I shared something. You remember the video that I shared? Where if you're working minimum wage, right? And you get, I think for 7 years, you can go to the NHT. When you apply for a loan, they give you a $3 million grant in addition to your loan.
Yes.
Right? And I why aren't these things being...
Explain the difference to the people that we are listening who don't know. The difference between a grant and a loan.
Free money.
A grant is basically free money. Them give it to you, you don't have to pay it back. A loan is what an interest is applied to, and you have to pay it back. Right? Them apply maybe 1%, 2%, whatever it is, they add on to the money that they're giving you, and you have to pay back that. But a grant, you don't have to pay back. It is given to you. Basically, as we say, free money.
And I believe that as a person earning minimum wage would fall in the zero interest category of the NHT.
You know that I really don't think that Jamaica have a housing crisis, Chuck. I think we have a relocation problem.
Yes.
I think we have a relocation problem. For me, that's what I think. Everybody want it in a Kingston, everybody want it in a Portmore. Nobody wants to go to maybe even Clarendon, Mandeville and travel. Right? I think that's our biggest problem.
And the rural parishes are so underdeveloped. So that is the reason why.
Right.
The man say, whatever I'm doing in St. Thomas, right? And what am I going to do at Portland? It's supposed to be a rural development program right across the island. These are the things that don't want to happen, brother.
The first step in opening up the island, the first step is the road network. The road. Because if a man, as me say, one of the issues, why the development is so lopsided is because the mindset of all of us growing up was whether you grew up in a Westmoreland or anywhere. When me graduate, they're going to move to Kingston and get a job.
Yeah.
So we have to make it out there. You can live at Westmoreland, get your job at Kingston same way, buy your car, jump on the highway, drive for 2 hours go work. Because that is what is done in developed country. Driving for 2 and 2.5 hours go to work is nothing strange. Right? It is nothing strange to jump in your car and drive for 2 hours go to work. And drive for 2 hours go back home. That's why we have to build up the road network. That's why I say it all the while, that nothing that this government is doing is by accident. Everything is a part of a plan. Every road project, every community project is part of a plan. Now, the road to St. Thomas, you realize the JUTC must start to St. Thomas now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because what? They invested in the road. Before that, the bus them couldn't go St. Thomas, they were too big. Then they found a road for them drive and they found for them turn.
Exactly.
Now it can go there. Now it will go expand to Portland. Because we now have the road network to accommodate them. So guess what? You see the piece of land where your grandfather did point to you and said disappear when you grow up? You don't have to move. You can start the little one room pan it, same place. Go to work.
Chuck, you know that I have a friend. She's from she's from Portland, and her husband is from St. Thomas, I think. Something along that line. And she came to Montego Bay to work. We work together. And she's always like, they moved down there because you know it go already, as we say, to find a job and whatever. Now she a cuss and she said, boy, I'm sorry, me never buy land of Portland and this and that, you know, me sorry. She, not Portland, St. Thomas. She said, no, we can't buy no property over there. But they do have, but they like to buy an extra piece of land.
Yeah.
She said she can't believe she sent Thomas that.
All right.
Miss Chin there, Miss Chin make this up now.
Formerly the forgotten parish.
Miss Chin.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? You know what? Me just there I go and listen to no though. Me not really pick up on that about it yet, but I'm listening. So big up everybody. I try to pick up on that about so far, but I'm here listening. May you want to say something about Flag Green? If he's here, hi. Yeah, me I go and listen. I hear them talking about some developments. But I did hear something, this lady that calls, she's a financial guru, as they like to refer to themselves. She was talking about the NHT partnering with the government and the new things that they've implemented. Anybody can elaborate
It's the
on that?
government. The NHC no partner with the government. The NHC is the government.
Thank you for the correction. Anybody can elaborate on that, please?
Is it the Kyla Reynolds thing that's what you're referring to?
I believe that's her name.
What's that? I missed what you were asking. Go ahead.
Me don't
I
know
was
what
asking if anybody else heard it and can elaborate on it.
Heard about what? Heard what?
Oh man, I think they're talking about the partnership between the NHT and the banks to make accessing the loans easier.
Oh. Remember, you know.
Actually, she said more than that, you know. She also mentioned that what was it again? Something about they'll be building apartments, and if you earn a certain amount, you can get the apartment. And
all
then
of what she
because it's a
mentioned
small,
was in the budget presentation by the Prime Minister. I think she was mentioning the minimum. Is it the young people one? The one where they said they're going to build it
she said
buy
that.
to
I
own.
said that as well. There's
buy to
something that was
own.
said about 10% of the houses that they build is going
Are
to
for
be
young people. That
specifically
is
for
currently
young people.
happening. I think that is currently happening.
There's another thing that was also said where she said that they're building apartments. It's a very small. It's a starter, as what she called it.
Vineyard Town. Yes, a starter home.
Vineyard Town and somewhere else, and she said it's a starter. So most persons will not want to keep it. So what they're saying is that you will still be able to use your points again. So most times you can only access your points once. But after that, you can access your points again. So if you move out of that apartment complex, because it's just a starter, they understand that you are going to raise a family, you know, you want to move on afterwards to something bigger, you can still go ahead and access NHT again.
You can sell it back to the NHT. The NHT will buy back that.
Sell it back to NHT. Yes, NHT will buy it
You
back.
have to sell it back to
buy
NHT. You have to sell it back to them in order to access the whole point system or to utilize your points again.
Right.
That is the only way.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
So it is a plan to give basically young people a start, and then remember that a lot of people move outside of the rural communities to come into urban and the bigger cities to find jobs. So when them come, housing is a problem. Most times it's like they have to pay rent and whatever. So what the PM said that they want to do is to give young people a start by allowing them to purchase these units, and then when they're ready to move on, they can sell it back to NHT, and then they can access their own homes again using this.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, because we used
Somebody blocked that person there a while ago. Okay.
Yeah,
that was the plan. That was the plan. Hold
Yeah,
on,
man,
let me just.
With the topic in the conference. Done with? You read the topic?
Let me just finish. What did I go say again? Lord God, me lose my train of my thoughts. But that's something pertaining to the whole housing thing, though. All right. So I think one of the reasons why we have not really heard much about that as yet, the homes in the Prime Minister's constituency that he just delivered to his constituents, that model is like it's a trial and error phase. So they wanted to, they are going to make adjustments to the time, maybe the material, maybe who construct it, all of that procurement, everything, because that took like 2 years. So he wanted to be completed within a shorter time span. So the one in his constituency is like an example as to what we're going to see going forward.
Okay, so that's all I was asking about. So whatever conversation we have before, y'all were having before, you can go back to. I just wanted to know if anybody else saw it and can elaborate on it. I just watched the video and I moved on. I didn't really stay on it. And I think everybody would want to know what it's about. So hence the reason I asked.
But a part of the problem what we face in the housing, is, and I said this before, and I think winner and everybody will agree when I say all of the major problems that we face in Jamaica today can be traced back to the FinSac crisis. People need to understand, where that period they rob we, And I don't
Sorry,
think...
Chuck. Sorry, Chuck. Chuck, I'm not sure if I hear attack. It's something that light up for me. Anyways, Philippine, said, me never actually see the budget presentation. I haven't been on social media for morning. I'm sick like a dog. May I catch flu again in this.
The budget nearly 6 months ago.
Which budget you had talk about? Prime Minister never said that. Me never hear that. But think of something recent.
No, man.
You need to go watch the Prime Minister budget.
Okay, you can cuss me then. Fine, I don't listen to the Prime Minister.
All of
Sue me.
Was in the Prime Minister's budget.
All right, don't sue me. Sorry, me never know.
All right. But as me say, all of these things that we face.
Hello, every day I listen to the Prime Minister. That's where I get my information. We have some things to tell you. UDC will be building 10,000 houses. There will be a park called the Freedom Park in St. Thomas that I'm looking forward to. The Prime Minister is going to redevelop the whole park. And there will be a park that will be called the Linear Park. It will start from the Marine Police downtown, go straight out by Raytown. That will be a huge park. And there's so many other developments that are sweet. Oh, there will be a new tax office over Crossroads at Natal. It will be 8-story high.
Wow.
Yes. Because the tax
thank God you people listen every day. I'm sick like a dog. I don't hear nothing.
And there will be a number of other tax offices all over the country. So there is
the 8-story one is to replace the big one there. Right?
Right.
I don't know which one. The Scotiabank building. That's how it go.
I'm not sure what name, but it don't have any space. It's a run out of space.
Yeah,
it's
man.
a run out of space, and they need
The
a
major,
new one.
I think I would call that the head office, the tax office, not so Chuck.
No, the head office is every city have their own head office.
No, may I say that would have been the biggest one out of all of them.
More time concerns people to know. It's just that it's small. So it's always crowded.
The one is small.
May I wonder when them are going to do the grand opening for that tax office in Christiana, We don't see no grand opening feed because that should have been open and we see the excitement and all of that because I remember that one. I remember when Nigel came in and showcased all of the designs for the new tax offices. Mobe is also being renovated and upgraded. So...
But listen. And the question we have to ask, when we look at all these developments, the new tax office, new fire station, new police station.
I'm going to let you listen to it. Hold on.
Hold on, Philip. No play.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. David Costa,
Yeah.
Dean NCU here at Robert Kennedy College in Tillich, Switzerland.
Oh, mute me.
When we have when we have all these monies that are being spent, new tax office, I think there was about either 8 or 5 of them announced. I think there was Crossroad, the Christiana, Montego Bay, Westmoreland, quite a few of them.
I can play them, let you hear. Hold on. Let me have the tape.
Let me assure you that we will positively impact the daily experience of Jamaicans with public investment expenditure designed to solve pain points. Some of these will be financed by the government and some by the private sector by way of structured transactions. Public investment program will deliver well over $1 trillion in infrastructure expenditure over the next 5 years, inclusive of this year and inclusive of expenditure by PPPs, roads and bridges and public parks, hospitals, schools, water, sewage, irrigation systems, houses, tax offices, courthouses, buses, garbage trucks, digital infrastructure, IT systems, and highways. It will be the greatest expansion of public investment that we have seen, geared towards improving public services. And every minister of government is involved, and we're all working assiduously on your behalf. Police station, equipment for the police. These projects span the full breadth of ministries. $1 trillion of public investment over the next 5 years. It's only financially feasible if we maintain our benefits, because the government can't do it all. The government can only program in public. So if the fiscal policy $500 billion of capital expenditure over the next 5 years. To get the rest, we have to be able to structure transactions that can get private financing, and private financing, those projects become feasible to lower the cost. So today, there are public investments that are feasible that were not before. And we intend to leverage this ability to bring these projects to life for the benefit of the people. During the past year, we have made significant progress with the International Finance Corporation in the development of a public-private partnership for the expansion of the North Coast Road that we had spoken about in previous years. In 22-23 fiscal year, we signed a financial advisory services agreement with IFC, and the required due diligence studies have been carried out, and the project has been advanced to the stage that we expect to issue a request for qualification and information this year, with the selection and announcement of pre-qualified bidders next year. If all goes well, Madam Speaker, we could have final bidder selection by the end of 2025. This is a property that will involve an investment of approximately $650 million or $100 billion at the current exchange rate. A visible way of using Jamaica's hard-earned economic stability in the people's interest is by improving public services that all citizens have to use, such as tax offices. By 2027, Tax Administration Jamaica is expected to have invested more than $11 billion in capital projects to modernize and upgrade existing tax offices and construct new tax offices across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Christiana Tax Office, 52% completed. Project cost $760 million overall. The Mandable Revenue Center, TAG, has leased the property. The initial procurement failed. We're going back again, and open construction will start in upcoming fiscal year. Total project cost of $953 million. The Montego Bay Revenue Center, extensive modernization upgrade, $2.4 billion to upgrade the Montego Bay Revenue Center. There'll be a brand new tax office for the people of Brownstown. The property has been purchased. NWA and other professionals have been engaged, and it's moving to the next stage of design and approvals. $930 million. The land for the Santa Cruz tax office has been purchased. Initial estimates that this project will take $920 million. This is a multi-year project, Madam Speaker. By 2027, could be 2028, we expect all of this to be done. The Anata Bay tax office is undergoing a renovation, Madam Speaker, and refurbishing. In Portmore, the Tax Administration Jamaica is building a brand new tax office for the people of Portmore. The TNT will go ahead with the land that is required, and the Portmore tax office will be built at a cost of $1.9 billion. I want to show you the Crossroad Tax Office and Business Center. The Crossroad Tax Office is out of space. The lines extend outside the building, onto the sidewalk, and bend around the building. This is not acceptable, Madam Speaker. The tax office is one of the busiest. TAJ has acquired property in Crossroads, part of the Natal, where TAJ will construct an 8-story full-service underground and surface parking large enough, spacious enough to accommodate the tax-paying public who use Crossroads. This will be done at a cost of $2.3 billion. Even as we do this, we're working to improve the TAJ portal. On a scale of 1 to 10, user friendliness is probably 7 or less. It's true. We've heard the complaints from customers, and we intend to ensure in the near future taxpayers have a better experience. We are absolutely serious about leveraging the hard-earned stability Jamaica enjoys for the benefit of the Jamaican people.
Yes, that is it. I can play the one with the Prime Minister next. All right. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, man. But you see those kind of infrastructural development. And what we have to bear in mind too is that every one of them, he'll tell you which one start, which one soon start. And that is how we drive development in our country. After a while, we have to begin to start to change the skyline of Jamaica. Changing the skyline, it will prove that we have growth. And that is what is happening now. That is why when you look around Kingston, every corner you go around, there is a construction crane in the sky. A building is going up. A building
Chuck, you know what I appreciate about the Prime Minister, and this is why I encourage people all the time to listen to him when he speaks. When the Prime Minister comes with a presentation, wherever he is able to tell you what the plans he have for that particular area. Right? I remember when he was in Oma's constituency, he told them that he wanted it to be an agro park. I remember when he was in Trelawney, I think Clarkstone, he mentioned that Trelawney is having more investments in terms of hotels and stuff like that. So sooner or later, this is going to be a little city and all of that. I remember when he went to Portland, he said, hey, we're going to have urban, what was it, urban or rural development, whichever one of them, I don't remember. Right, development, rural development, and he specifically said that we're not going to put high-rise buildings in these places. We're going to make sure that it remain to the core of what Portland is.
Yeah, you're right, because even in his constituency, Tower Hill, Olympic Way.
Who this somebody I call Nasi?
No, I think of somebody in the background in my talk. Maybe. Yeah, so even in his constituency, he has a vision for that constituency, because he calls the area the hip strip, and you have a lot of bars and hairdresser and barbers, a lot of small businesses, and they have a lot of dance every night sometimes. And
you know the page Philippines, by the way?
Which page?
You know JI Foundation?
No, I'm come up here and talk to Chuck sometimes.
Him good.
Oh. Yeah, so the PM is now building the cultural center. I'm not even sure what name. The new place, it's now fenced around.
Multicultural.
Yeah, it's now fenced around, right? He's the one who made the play park over on that same ground and the civic center. And, he's just doing a lot. He has a vision for everywhere. For real.
Leading from the front.
Even when he was doing his last budget presentation, you notice how much pages the man come with. I downloaded it to read it, and me couldn't read it off a blouse and skirt. Me think say it was a whole book the man come with.
As I said before, the Prime Minister, everything what we see happen is not happening by accident. Everything is part of a master plan. And when you say that everywhere go, you can hear the plan. Remember, you know, we hear Big Rob speak when they were a child, when they were just children running up and down. And from then, the Prime Minister used to discuss what he wanted to do for Jamaica. We hear Nigel Clark speak that before he became Prime Minister, him and Nigel used to sit down and talk about what they want to see for Jamaica. So what we see now from the Prime Minister is not accident, it's not hurry come up. This is a boy who dream being fulfilled before our eyes. A man who dream of serving his country, who dream of making his country better. And the sad part is that the very same people them who fight to give a better life, to give for them children a better life, are some of the one them will sit down after I tear him down. The very people them who did that run well of Jamaica under PNP, people like you, Richards, and them people that will have to run out of Jamaica. People like Caution, we couldn't get one car before Labour Party come in power. Can't sit down now and a complain and a bad and a try to tear down the persons who open the opportunity so them can get.
Remember, so from you, Blair, runway no come back neither, you know.
I don't think me thinking can come back.
Mm.
All of these people run left Jamaica under the People's National Party government. But yet they will
come and tell we said I best party.
I best party at the best period, at the best time. Right? Who can with sensible sense recall a time when we lose 44,000 business? Jamaica lose 40% of its GDP. The business class was annihilated. Who would seriously repeat any claim that those were the best times in our country?
But Chuck, let me ask a question. They're saying that $3 trillion, we can't even call it $3 trillion is missing, right? Then if that amount did missing, we're gonna have a crash economy, we're gonna have businesses closing. Where would the central bank be functioning from? How no staff not get laid off, how the hospital now balls, you know, medication not dead. May I try understand the logics behind all of this?
Our economy would have crashed. Because it would also mean that we stole the budget. And
budget
yeah, we
plus.
stole the budget, yeah.
Right, the budget plus. And that is why it was, you see, because places like Jam, normally them put out them something there. And it is sucked up and run with. So because now it is being challenged, it was beginning to embarrass them. That's why they had to come out and try to walk it back. Because people are now questioning it and saying this don't make sense.
Dennis Chung is a chartered accountant, and the man say he see where people who has no financial background could get something to run with that. The man said we have to be careful of the pronouncements that we make. Him said that no make sense when he saw it. Him said that no make sense in the first place.
Ashika,
You
it
hear
was
me?
deliberately done.
Everything is deliberate and everything is calculated.
Yeah, what the problem?
But Chuck, give me a chance, so right, so.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Isn't that an inflammatory statement and a defamation of character when you go against the state in such a bold and presumptuous way?
No.
Isn't that a responsibility of the state now for hold those persons liable for
Something about it, call it, I say it is dictatorship.
Yeah, no, here's what them do. Here's what them do. And it is deliberate. It's not by accident. You see, the wording is important. And then choose words.
And who carry the attitude.
Yeah, not enough to say we are tell a lie, but enough to mislead.
Exactly.
Right? So they find the balance between misleading and lying.
because in the same article, you know, JI, they went down to say, oh, it's not missing money, but in the same article, it said unaccounted for. So it's like, as everybody's saying, it was deliberate, and they wanted to cause the confusion and the chaos. Let us also step back to something. Remember earlier in the year, you know, the mascot them and the traitor them, you know, did a protest, and I say, oh, much $1 trillion missing in Jamaica, you know, and it wasn't getting the traction that they wanted it to get. So guess what? Jam pick it up on the head and say, all right, and use Gleaner to push this narrative forward. You understand what I say? Why is it the headline couldn't have been rotated that not missing money but unaccounted for? Why couldn't be like, okay, not missing money,
That's what I
right?
was gonna say.
And then go into the body, and then it would have said accounted for. But no, the clickbait, the buzzwords, very important in this day and age in media. Buzzwords.
And because we know the majority of the followers, majority of the people, they don't read beyond the bold print. Then see one headline, money accounted for, they don't. And as me I tell you, Jerry, the problem, remember we did even the last report where the IC sent to Parliament, where them say Andrew Holness is the subject of this. But within the same report, them put that even though he had no connection. So you see, them protect themselves legally with the terms where them use. Because them always say, no, we put in the report, they have nothing to do with it, you know.
I have a problem. I have a problem with the report. You see, I wonder how the report made it to Parliament. Because, Chuck, this is what I've been asking. If you say you are investigate me, and when if you hear say me have your red car over my yard, and when you come, you not see the red car today, you see it over my brother yard. How is it that you still go ahead and put a report? You're not supposed to wait until somebody come and say, all right, Sheikah brother have the red car over me, and you know, so no go and go investigate that. Or is it an investigation that I am a subject of? Well, supposedly be a subject of. Turn out to be that I am not the subject, but I am still mentioned in there. And then you put one whole report out there about people when name never mentioned none at all. You get what me I say, Chuck?
It's a witch hunt, right?
So I will go back to something for a sec before I jump in. Please, just allow me. I remember when they submit their annual report, right? They say oftentimes when they get reports, they do their investigation and they shut it down because they not see where there's any evidence to that or whatever. Why was this one prolonged, and why wasn't it shut down? These are the questions that I have. You know, I don't know if me are looking into things the wrong way.
If
You understand what I say? Why the report them? Why the report them? What them shut down, never make it to Parliament. But this one made it to the Parliament.
Let me give you, I said this before, but I'm going to give you guys my little scenario of what happened with this report. Kevin Stevens claims him get a report. I don't think that is facts. I believe him and the mayor that up one day. And the mayor say, you know, so them when we see one who is the power permit, if you come check it out. So him go down there. He went down there, he asked, does Andrew Holness hold any permit down here to construct any resident or any building anywhere in Kingston? The answer was no. Now, for a person without bias, for a person without an ulterior motive, for a person only doing their job, that would have been the end of that. That would have been the end. Remember, you know, the report you get to say Andrew build something, you know. But when you go to the KSAC, you say this man don't have no permit. He might build something. No, not just a build. He's building something contrary to the permit that he was given. So the first question you ask, does he hold a permit? The answer is no.
He did.
No.
He did. And that's why I said, Chuck, that's why I used the analogy earlier. Your ear said, me have your red car over my yard. When you come on my yard, you know, see the red car, you're supposed to shut down that and say, all right, me not see what you see, you know, until you get a report and say, oh, it over Sheikah brother yard, you know, so you're supposed to open a new investigation to go over Sheikah brother yard. That's why I used that earlier. So me I say I don't understand how this report reached so far till it table in a parliament.
Well, let me tell you how you go now. So even all right, say let me use your car over your brother yard. I know your brother will want to know you. So if you come and look for the red car, I want to find it. Give me any car where she can name the pan. Whether it's red or not. Any car, as long as I name the pan it, give me it.
But Chuck,
I will investigate it backwards.
what me I try, what we need to understand from this, you know, is how it's sound, you know. Is the optics of it that they are concerned about.
Yes.
So that's what they want to get out. They want to paint a bad picture, damage Andrew's reputation. So what they are really doing, they are forcing a scandal, and if them can't get the scandal, them using headlines. Right. Using headlines now to create perception in people's mind that there is corruption. Once the damage is done, you can come back and apologize, knowing say a lot of people don't run with it, and a lot of people won't hear their
foresight. Me nah
That's the
forget
whole
this
idea.
foresight. Me nah forget this. You see the Barracuda what the pan as Petal call him, what the pan TikTok. Me remember one time they dropped the report and the report basically I say, you know, it clear Andrew and whatever. You know what I'm saying? We no care. The damage already done.
Exactly. So that's the only intention.
I never forget it.
What is
Never
happening
ever
is
forget
backfire
that.
because people have to apologize. The public now become more aware of the strategy. I know they are
My
at a
friend.
point where them wonder if them can continue with the strategy. But you what will happen? If them continue
You see the question what the journalist asked the other day, the CVM journalist? Mental game. It's all in their head. Can a prime minister lead with so much, what she say? With so many issues with integrity or with so much damage? That's what she asked. Can a prime minister lead with so much damage? You hear me say? So this is a round table talk and this is something that they have been saying. He's damaged.
Andrew no damage.
Because this is what I am saying. They are saying this is the round table talk for them.
Yeah, because that's them intention. But you what really happen now? You see, the more you play that card, the less effective it becomes.
Yeah, man.
And what is happening now is that card, people are seeing it for what it is. Right? So I'm play this whole what you call it now? The headlines and the false news, and it's becoming obvious to people now that they are going out of them way to really attack Andrew. And it must be clean. Because if you after fabricate stories, it means that you don't really have no genuine case of corruption against this man. No
You put a 177-page document together, you're investigating for 4 years, and you can 3 to 4 years, and you can say, hey, this your man, you're corrupt, this your man, you're this. You don't have shit on him.
Exactly.
And that's all me have to say.
But when PNP in power, Traffic Aura, Cuban light bulb scandal, were not fabricated scandals. With
and me keep on a remind them,
say, them try to make one.
And me keep on a remind people, say, PNP, Portia Simpson Miller's cabinet was the only administration or cabinet, the contractor general, CM Brownsy Greg Christie say, all of them to be charged for corruption. Portia, Mark Golding, Omar Davis, Lisa Anna, who else? Dayton Campbell, who else? Maurice Guy, who else? Anthony Hilton, Natalie Nita, who else? The whole of them want to see come and flip up them fractal now and I go on like them clean and them perfect. The same Greg Christie say Peter Bunting, the same Greg Christie, Michael Phillips, Peter Phillips. The same Greg Christie said the whole lot of it be charged with corruption, investigated and charged Philip Palwell. And I miss so you can go do no investigation. So you can't tell me nothing about corruption. Hear me say? You can't tell me nothing about corruption and government was corrupt. You hear me say? The whole cabinet, them say investigate and charge the whole of them.
So fun fact for you that but Shiga, just like how them had the man-made damages, man-made economic damages that mash up Jamaica, like the FinSac, etc. I see them thing, them are create corruption allegation against Andrew. Man-made things, nothing in reality, just to tarnish a man's reputation, because that's the only thing them can use to kill him. You understand?
Manufactured corruption.
Manufactured corruption.
One of my political mentors always tell me this. They have to be careful of the PNP. Because even if you don't have a scandal, they will create one and give. Yes. They will create one and give. And that has been shown so many times. I know for a fact that this,
before you go there. Go on, sorry.
This government has been the only government I can remember to have gone through an entire term without one single case of corruption.
Chuck, make we ask one question. What did Omar Davis bring Greg Christie to court for again?
Oh, no. Omar Davis did worse than bring them to court, you know. Remember, Omar Davis formed a committee to circumvent the contractor general. You remember that?
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, no, nothing about corruption or integrity. Nothing.
Yes. Omar Davis did that. He formed a committee. He said, "Me can't bother with the contractor general. So me I go form one little sham committee and say, this committee will overlook what we are implementing."
But we don't find it strange how all these oversight bodies, civic groups, media, everybody team up against Andrew. We don't find it strange.
Well, on the winner, come back here, winner. So he said they confirm it finally. There's a reason why they do it on Christmas Eve. And I think that people are going busy to watch the news.
Kingston Mayor confirmed breach by PNP councillor.
This is somebody put one thing where said the mayor has been missing for 48 years and all. Nobody knows him.
In don't a sell cleaner.
Yes, man.
But every so the Jamaica cleaner, let's put it nicely.
Yeah, man. Then put it out on Christmas Eve winner when everybody busy. Everybody busy.
Look at the headline. Kingston Mayor confirms a breach at building constructed by PNP councillors company.
Where the pan? Them Instagram?
So probably more like Twitter.
Let me say me fine.
I'm going to write the article. Article by the big man media.
Well, hold on, you see this now? Another promise made, another promise kept. Anne-Marie Vazos received her school bus.
Oh, yeah, me see that today. So, you know, say breaking news, winner.
Because that, you want Nathaniel.
So, why you cook Sims?
You want
Nathaniel. You know, breaking news.
And you can't say that Nathaniel will sue him. One breaking news, boss. Oh, by the way, I don't see him.
In Ghana Grand Market, my love.
Okay. Can I say straight to me there and I'm not Nathaniel pass through? There it is. Yeah, somebody just share it. I find it. Let me say if it's an article and then just put it up. Kingston Media confirmed breach. Yes.
I mean, I say, well, thinking Jamaicans, more than any other time, must make sure so them come out and vote the next election.
Foresight, what you eat? You eat about half an hour now.
You see, Sims a cook, Foresight, boy, me I tell you, say, everybody enjoy the Christmas. Let me see if I can meet with Panapa. Let me see if we can go through this fast. Winner, you find it?
No, sir.
Chuck, I don't want to deviate from your argument. Just hold your line. I watched a vendor on TikTok here, right in at the end of November when you had a Black Friday in a Spanish town, and the lady said that she happy to see all the young people them in Jamaica operate because she never make so much money yet when she out there as a vendor. And she said the amount of young people she see have spend money, it was more than her eyes can see, and she's a vendor over 20 years. And she has praised the government for the good work them do, wherein young people can be independent and nobody know them draw them all over town. And I was amazed to hear a vendor come out and say something like that. Say, so my times you may hear people and say, boy, people are so this, that, what have you. But the reality, that reality is not what is happening on the ground. People out there with money have spent. People are independent. You know? So don't bother be fooled by the one them we had enough now go on my like it. You understand? Where upon like the not now go on Jamaica, it's not perfect, but it is way better than it was before under the PNP. I hand over to you, sir.
But Mark Golden, social media manager, you know, she tweeted, I think, 2 days ago, and she said, money there, Jamaica, you know, look how much money she spent at Fontana, because she was posting a girl that spent over 70,000 in Fontana, and she said, money there, Jamaica. She named Shellan on Twitter.
Is she a campaign manager? No.
Yeah, she is social media manager.
Okay. All right, guys.
She and Tara playwright, whatever they want.
So, I think Dean, I read this, so I would recommend that Jamaicans go and read the report for themselves, right? But the report outlines the following events regarding the development at 18.5 Lyndhurst Road, Jamaica. June 20, 2023, the building officer completed an initial assessment of the application. August 3rd, 2023, the Jamaica Fire Brigade responded to the application requesting amendments. September 29, 2023, the Director of Planning visited the site and discovered that the structure under construction was a 3-story building exceeding the 2 stories specified in application. Oh, hey, have mercy, eh?
So hold on. So the breach, so when somebody did tell them, say, Andrew have 2 dry, it was Andrew Swaby them attack.
No, but not Andrew Swaby is a garden. God. October 9, 2023, the Town and Country Planning Authority responded to the application, also requesting amendments. October 17, 2023, the breach of the approved plan was officially documented in the file. November 10, 2023, a cease work notice was served and the owner / occupier. But the building finished, sir. If this was applied to them in 2023, so I go on. Now one building, let's say, home up the other day, disregarded the cease and desist.
So let me get this straight now. We have to tie this in the winner. So when the Jamaica Labour Party was in charge of the KCC, we stopped the project.
Yes, sir.
The PNP took over in February. And the building opened 2 months ago.
Yes, sir. Whoa.
The songwriter said, if you live in a glass house, don't trust wood.
And when they got Andrew, when they got Estate Bridge, sorry, me I eat. Excuse me, manage. When they got Estate Bridge, they did not find an extra room, sir. But they find an extra story.
An extra story. So the Integrity Commission was busy looking for a room, while one entire story of a building was out there and none of them never see it.
And don't get the room go to.
Make it worse, you know. This building is a stone throw away from RJR.
Me not eat nothing king, not tell no lie pa me. Me just say me I go get up go eat piece of cake. Not tell no lie pa me.
The building in
Winner,
question.
Winner, could you go back over the timelines, please?
All right, so
Thank you.
June 20, 2023, the building officer completed an initial assessment of the application. So they applied for the permit. Him look over it. October 3, 2023, the Jamaica Fire Brigade responded to the application requesting amendments. September 29, 2023, the Director of Planning visited the site and discovered that the structure under construction was a 3-story building exceeding the 2 stories specified in the application. So did they wait on a permit? You know, they get the permit yet.
Please, winner, read that part there again, please.
But Chuck, you know, look at they get no permit.
No, they
June
don't have
20,
no permit. No
June
permit.
20, 2023, the building officer completed the initial assessment of the application. Right, so they send in application for reviewing. June, July, August, 2 months after, the Jamaica Fire Brigade responded to the application requesting amendments.
Well, I know winner. Beg you, me respond to G Mackey. The G Mackey said, so we are the JLP watchdog and the PNP corruption. The Jamaica Labour Party in charge of the councillors, in charge of the KSAC, put a stop order upon the project. Continue winner. Just listen carefully, G Mackey. I go here. Continue
So
winner.
between June and September, the work did start. Because in September 29, 2023, the Director of Planning visited the site because this would have been the application process, discovered that a 3-story structure was being built, despite in the application process, he applied for a 2-story.
But that time they didn't get the go ahead to start the project yet.
Me not see no application being granted for the work. So, in October now, so we have September, October, the Town and Country Planning Authority responded to the application, also requesting amendments. So, he not even gone through the process yet. And the man have a 3-story structure set up shop already. The breach of the approved, this was October now, 17, 2023, the breach of the approved plan was officially documented in the file. So they went ahead, they saw the breach, but it's not until October that they actually documented it on the file. And in November 10, 2023, a cease work notice was served on the owner / occupier of the building.
And then what happened? Local government election, the PNP took over KSAC.
2 months after.
Yes. And Mr. Garden decides, my people them around this now. We don't need no more permit. Continue work.
Yes, sir.
And these are the people who are going to tell me about corruption and who corrupt.
What will Mark Golden do?
No, what will the government do in regards to this? Because we still have control. We have a Desmond McKenzie who's a local government minister.
The building will have to be torn down.
No, they're not going to score them so easily.
I'm just saying this is my 11 o'clock.
You're not going to remember, you have to look on in economic. We're not thinking about it. They're not here down so easily. Not going to tear down so easy.
Well, we're not going to tear down so easy. Can I remember?
We now, let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. This is a serious breach,
Yeah.
There is anybody who knows Trelawney and knows Burwood Beach. There is a house on the hillside. I think it's like a 4 or 5 story house on the hillside. It is incomplete. Years upon years. It did it from a little pitney. You hear me say? And it can't finish. Nothing can be done to it. You know why? Because I think they use the wrong steel in it.
Oh?
You hear me say? And them say them did. I don't know why them never lick it down. But King, leave me alone, me not eat. I don't know why them never tear it down. But it cannot move forward. There's nothing that can be done to it. You hear me say? So they can actually tear it. It can't, nothing can do to it. Nothing. I think them say them use the wrong size of steel in it, Chuck. And because of that, the building can't go further. I'll roof the panny. It can't move.
There was a house and
Somebody says if the old structure is not safe, they will knock it down.
Yeah.
So with what is happening now, Chuck, why they can knock down that building, it can cause it can sink, It can sink. The weight of it can sink. It can cause whole heap of damage.
But
You know it, Boss Jaden. You know it. Yeah.
listen to this.
Remember, that
Listen to
same
this.
issue with
Listen
the
to
house
this.
in Portland.
Hold on, my brethren. It says Swaby said several key requirements were subsequently imposed on the applicant to regularize the development, and as of April 30, 2024, the applicant has complied with all the requirements. I want to know when was those requirements applied? Right? When and which governance were these guidance given in order for him to regularize? It is unclear whether any further construction was carried out after the stop order was issued. No, we need to know that.
no, listen to me, winner. The building was open, so work must have been carried out after that.
Exactly. Swaby said an application for approval of the variation at the development is now before the corporation. He said it was referred to the planning department on December 17, 2024 for its consideration, after which it will be presented to the building and planning committee. Where the man depend? The building and planning committee, which the person who made the breach sits on. Make that make sense?
Conflict of
Swaby said, in light of the Integrity Commission investigation that has now started, I see is now in it. Swaby said that in light of the Integrity Commission investigation that has now started, he will reserve further comments on the matter until the publication of the Commission's report.
I see. I got to say me late, but me reach.
Whoa!
Good evening, Labor Rights. Good evening.
I see say me late, but me reach. Wagon Crewmans.
You think this report will take 6 months?
Boy, after the general election.
We can answer something, please.
Mm-hmm.
That building there, the building, the grown building, that building over 30 odd years or 40 years. The previous building when there was over 40 odd years, 30 to 40 odd years, to understand. And that the building where they build up there from first, never put up no upstairs span it on them something there, and a smaller type of steel supposed to use in that foundation. Whatever. So anyway, me check it out, my feel so that I forgot tear down. Cause here what I forgot to dig out from foundation and put in some name the column with the right type of size steel in it too. Cause then if I two almost story up there now, 3, and that go up there. Whatever. That need to tear down, brother. That hazard, that name there. Safety hazard that.
Now, to be fair and frank, Kurmas, I mean, technology, you can now retrofit a building and straighten it.
No,
Right.
me I say yes, but me I say them have forgot.
Yeah, man, you can go in the columns in our
But
building.
me I say trucks, them have got to do if I don't have the ground floor if them have got to do that. That me I say.
Yeah, man, you can do, man. You can straighten it.
Drop in some column in it or something.
Yeah, you can straighten it. So, I agree with the person that said it might not have to be